you like, I apologize. This one will not be the marathon stream. We'll only be on for a couple hours though, of course. But let me just set up everything, and then we can get started. All right, everything looks set. Maybe some puzzles to warm. Maybe a bullet game to warm up. Then I can play like some rapid or some blitz or something. Marathon, just a longer stream. Like this stream is not gonna touch like I've done some 5 and 6 hour streams. I guess marathon for me is not as long as other streamers. Some streamers do. I can't do a day, like the day stream. I don't have the juice. I think I talk too much for that. I don't know how they do that. But for me at least, like 5 or 6 hours. Today will not be one of those. It'll be like 3, 4, something like that. But then tomorrow and Sunday could be some longer streams. 100%. I'm excited for that. Today I had some homework to do, but it's just for me to warm up a bullet game, and then I'll get straight to the rapid. Obviously, this is not. I can't really talk about the moves too much in bullet, but I need to play a chess game before I get down to the rapid portion of it. Are we going to castle? I got my bullet rating up, as you can see. I was just playing one day, like, oh, let's just see if we can get this a little bit higher, because it's definitely closer to my actual bullet rating. All right, let's move our queen here and probably get on the c file. All right, knight's going to capture. Knight can jump back in here. You can't take because of the queen. Yeah, I don't think I played this right. I definitely did something wrong. Because you can't... Can you take? I guess not really, because that's weak. Yeah, this is bad. I don't know where I messed up at, though. Alright, forward is also bad. That's also bad. Let's go here. Because if they go here, you would have lost the both of those. Yeah, that's also just free. And I'm losing. Actually, completely losing. Unless you go here, maybe you can stop it from being completely lost. I mean, that's... It stops that. And then if they would have had a check the other way. Yeah, but they still are figuring a way out. This is just a loss, though. I'm pretty sure. I don't think it matters. Not the best warm-up game. Maybe you could try back here. Now knight here is winning, though. That's kind of the problem. They don't see it. Oh, well, I guess that still doesn't matter. Yeah. Well, now you want to start, but we'll be playing some rapid, so I'll have some more time. Probably won't blunder the entire game, but I'm glad. Yeah, we just resigned. All right. Let's go straight to the rapid. Not going to wait any longer. See if we can get to 2200 today, because we're not that far. And then, Chris, appreciate those likes. Not that far away. And last stream, we went from like 2100 to 2150. So let's see if it's that type of day, or will I lose some? I hope I don't. But game number 1, we're waiting. We're playing at 2184. Goku is a PFP. And it started e4. So I want to play e5. This is what I played at e4. I play e5. The Petrov. Now, with the knight c3, I see this the more I get higher up, I guess I see knight c3 more. But they play d3 as a response. Had they gone knight c3, I would have played this. Now, because they push forward, I don't know really. I usually don't see d3. Usually it's anything but d3. It's usually this or here. Can I draw an arrow? Here are the knight moves, or d4 or take. d3 I've seen definitely the least out of all of this. So I have to think for a second. It's knight c6. I don't love. I guess I just want to go up here to d6. I don't really like this either. I'm sure this is not the best move, but I don't know. Like, I'm just mirroring, but it's because I agree with everything they're doing. I don't want their bishop to go to g5. I think that's... Their dark square bishop's not very good. This is the same position. I just don't see a different way to do this. Like, this seems good. Maybe I go g6, though. If I'm gonna... Yeah, I guess I go g6 instead. Because their bishop can't sit there. They move the knight, and they rotate all the way around. That's actually perfect, because now their knight can't sit on f5. Now I like c5. Well, I've never played this position before. I'm pretty sure. I wonder if you can check that. If you can, I'll look after the game. But I'm pretty sure this is the first time I've ever got this opening setup. Like, where it's... I'm a little off-put. The idea should be the same as a normal chess game, though. I'm trying to block the center. I guess queen here, if I want to do that. So they can't push. But I still feel they could push. Like, if I go like b6, they can just push up, take, 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 take. And if you move the queen here, they could still go there eventually. Like, they push the pawn, so if they went up, they don't lose that. So you can't really stop that part of it. Up, up. Yeah, this knight's just not a big deal for it. Maybe I could go here and set up this so in case they push the pawn forward, but then the bishop can slide in. So I like qb6 first before I do any of that. So now they have to think about they castle. All right, I'll also castle for safety. Rook over, and you see they They definitely want to move the bishop here. That has to be their idea. Bishop e6, I like it. Setting that up, they obviously can move out the way, but it's not a bad spot for the bishop anyways. Now they push the pawn forward, and this is... They definitely have a more aggressive position. Queen here is a double attack. They can double defend, though. Maybe b5 after? And that could be the point of it. So queen moves up, attacking this and attacking this. Now queen c2 solves the problem. Then I'll go b5 and... Oh. They don't solve the problem. Oh, because my queen's trapped. Yeah, they're setting up a... Wait, is it trapped? I don't think it is. If you go here, attacking the rook, right? That's why you might be able to get away. Look on Soko. Yeah, rapid grind today, trying to get to my peak. We're 4 off of it. I hit 2154 last stream, then I lost it to a national master. But I think if you capture, it worked because this is an initiative, right? So they would have to go, like here makes the most sense. And then you could go queen here. I think the issue is, if they move the pawn forward, then this is hanging because of the bishop. I think you can take this. Take bishop moves. The bishop has to move, right? Because if they don't, then you really can't trap the queen at all. Like, there would be no way forward. They move the rook, I just go back here to a5. So I'm assuming if I take... I have 7 minutes left, too. I kind of have to... I don't know, though. Take. Queen moves in. Alright, the queen has a3. But they can't push the pawn. Like, if they move the bishop back, the rook's free. I'm pretty sure they cannot take. It's no way they can take my queen. There's no way. And if there is a way, I just don't see it. I want to go for it. I can't spend my whole time calculating it. If I'm wrong, I'll lose, obviously, is the queen trap. I just think QB2, QA3 is too hard to stop. And now they can't push towards this. Yeah, I'll live with the results. Obviously, you have to, but I'm not going to... I won't regret it if I lose because of it. Now, if it was the B2 pawn, I would regret it. Because I know there are all types of traps if you take on B2. But I don't see how you can trap it. Like, the best case scenario for them is they win the B7 pawn back at the end. But that's really not that bad. Like, if I have the chance to go up material, maybe they don't. It's almost a draw. I see your idea here. They go bishop back, but you can take the rook in the corner, though. What's going on, Rob? How you doing, man? Will be super hard. 4 spots. 200K for an internship is insane. That's insane, bro. Good luck. Good luck, man. That's crazy. Appreciate those likes from Harvey on TikTok, closing in on 1,000. But yeah, how's the chess grind going for you, Rob? Any tournaments? Yeah, they go bishop up, yeah. We calculated this, so if it's the wrong calculation, it's the wrong calculation. But this is what we calculated, so no point in going out now. You can only go QB2. Oh, you're trying to be on that side of the world, I'm seeing. Side of the country. You like that part? Like, what is that? The, I don't know, northeast? I don't know directions that well. Do you think chess makes you smarter? I don't think so, but people have told me it is true, and they brought up some okay points. Like, me and my professor were talking about this, actually, and because I mentioned I play chess, and he was like, yeah, I was like, it doesn't, and he told me all the ways he thinks it does, and I'm like, for me, it was like, well, I've been doing it for so long, I don't think about it, but he's like, visualization, like, that's just one of the things. Like, yeah, I guess I can visualize things pretty easily, probably because of chess, and that helps. So probably to some extent, but I don't think anything, like, it doesn't help me be better at math, you know, nothing like that. With the bishop, yeah, I saw that too. That's why I spent like a minute 13, because I was like, can they do that? But like, if they go back down now, the rook's free. I think it does work, or they would have trapped my queen. I'm assuming a 2200, basically, and my rating. If it was there, we both would have seen it. Like, I not that I can't miss it, but he also would have just trapped my queen if it's a trap. Oh. No way. That's just a free... No, they can't do that. Yeah, that's just free. Yeah, I think... Am I missing something? Yeah, they can't go there. And now if they move the bishop, it's a queen trade. Now you can just take this. Maybe up. Yeah, I guess maybe up. But knight in. And now you can just go there. Like, you would sack the... You could even keep the knight, I'm pretty sure, after knight here. Because you're guarding both pawns. That's the problem. Maybe their idea is here, take, and then rook over. But you can also take on b3. which is the issue. And if you go queen up, they can't even win the knight, right? Because if they take the knight to take the queen, you take your queen, your knight moves, and then you can take on b3, and then you could go knight here. I think it's safe. This is not checkmate, so you can take here. Attacking the queen, the knight's guarding. That's not mate. The bishop's there, and the king's just not there at all. Yo, what's going on, Rob? What's going on, LeFo? Chess is I do love chess as well. I'm doing pretty good today. Had a good day today so far. Rod, see you've gone over. I did not see that. No, I did not. Who are you playing around to? All right, capture. Honestly, if I take that, they go down. It's like, how do you get out? Let's just get out now. We want enough material. Just queen here, and not queen here so they can push up. Queen stopping a square short. And now we're setting up winning that. Yeah, I'm +7. There's no way. Yeah, I'm like, if you take that, it's like the bishop down. I don't know. But I'm doing good. Furia, how are you doing? Is that French? That sounds like French conjugation. The streamer, Blood Queen. I thought so. Okay. Because that's how it was set up. The way I was reading it, that's how I interpreted it. But I wasn't 100% sure. Because she was on my side of the bracket. Alright. I'm excited. I've been playing more Rapid. So, I guess because I've been streaming Rapid, I've been playing more Rapid games. We're attacking here on d3. Second. Yeah. I watched your game, though. She was cooking. So, I must be locked. She was cooking against her opponent. Queen's going to slide over. Who are you playing? What's their name? And then, Chris, thank you for these likes. And you're right, Soko. I just could not. I almost did it. But I'm like, the bishop back. I'll look at it after the game. For those who are new, I review every game, win, loss, or draw. So we will be going over if that was right or not. Taking here. Like, dude, this... No. I don't know if I could do that. Take... I guess why can't I do that? I'm worried about f4. But does it? No, they can't push f4. Yeah, and then you just force the queen trade. Yeah. That's fine. They just take this. And they can't push. I'm sure that's what they're thinking, though. But I'm just going to go c... I guess it doesn't matter what pawns I give up. I have an extra rook. Not that you should play... Yeah, they see it. You have to move their king over. Because they can't push f4 without that. Now it's about trying to stop that idea. Right? Now that they can't put... They realized it. So now knight in. And then knight up. Just trying to trade pieces off. That seems perfect. Knight here. Attacking the queen. And the good thing is the queen can't go anywhere. Good. Like, it has to go back. You attack the bishop again. Now you actually force the bishop to be traded off. Which I think is a huge win for me. Well, they still push. But, like, the idea is the same. They can't keep that. Right. And now you can go queen. Oh, queen up there was my plan next. Okay. Well, they pushed f4. I don't think I'll... Do I take is the question. Probably take is better. I don't know. Because letting them go up, I think, yeah, that's... Whatever happens, that's got to be bad. Letting them push their pawn here to f5, even giving the material difference, that seems like an easy way to give it back if I have to sack for something at some point. Now I like bishop just back here. Let's just have like a reset almost so we can't get it pinned. Like, just go q d8 or queen over if they slide, but they're attacking this pawn here. Alright, I could go up. It forces them to go back, but you can't do anything with that. King up might be better. I mean, this feels okay, but h4, if you could get rid of the dark square bishop instantly, I would do that. But you can't, I don't see a way you could. Soon I'm just going to push a5. Soon. You said you have... Do you have any advice for getting better at visualizing and calculating? I will always say puzzles is what I do. So I'm not going to tell you anything different than what I do. I do puzzles. That's all. Like that and playing games. So those are the things I recommend the most. Queen up, and then we're going to push up. We're going on rejection. Appreciate the donations we're getting here on TikTok. A lot of GGs there. Much appreciated. Oh, they sack. Okay. Well. Okay. Take. Back. And it should be okay. I'm +9. There's no... If I lose this, that's crazy. I'm +9. I find it hard to believe I cannot convert this. If we go anywhere... We can go either of these squares. Okay, yeah, it's game over. There's no more attack. Their queen slides in. Their knight is looking to go here. So rook over. Let's double check. Yeah. The knight can't slide in. Now, I don't even think that's winning. But just so they can't get what they're trying to get, I'm going to do that. Queen here might have been better too, but it's fine. I think it doesn't matter that much. Queen here works as well. Alright, they move their pawn forward. If I take here, could I just go here though? I guess they're trying to go in. Okay. Take, captures, with check. I want my queen on this dark square. That's what I'm feeling would be beneficial. Check. Maybe make them retreat a piece first, and then... How could I rotate to somewhere to guard this? That square, I guess. Check here. We have 2 rooks. I guess you could just go king. Yeah, they block that way. Okay. Capture. Okay, take over. Can I just move my king over here? I feel like I can. Yeah. I want to get rid of this. Check here. They can't go there. Okay. This is not hanging. I just need to get my queen somewhere where I can attack their queen. But their knights are pretty active. That's the one thing I'll say. I move it out the way. Rook here now. The knight can move, but we're setting this up. And we're letting our rooks connect. So if they check somehow again, king g7 should be perfectly safe. Alright, they bring the attack there. Alright. Queen. Honestly, you can't go there. Queen back here, then. And looking to go queen here. They can't go knight in, I'll take. Knight in here? Maybe. Oh, wait. That's actually pretty good. Oh, that's really good. Hold on. Knight there. This square is so weak. But if you go up, they can't check. Oh, that's the rep it. But they can't go back. So if I let them get the fork, they go queen here, check. King up. They can't check. Take. Oh, but they'll have 2 knights that can get there. Oh, man. That is a little annoying. King down, check. Over, check. Can you get mated, though? I don't think you can get mated. Over, take, yeah, I can't get mated. The knight slides in, king over. At 44 seconds, though. Yeah, here. And you can run away, right? They can't take. I'm sure they know they can't take. If they take, the attack's really done. So they're not going to take. But if they don't take, then the attack's also kind of done. Now, 43 seconds left. Queen here probably next turn. Them keeping the knights is a little annoying. They have pieces that can do some damage. But after king over, it should be okay. Knight slides in, up, queen in, over. And then there's no more attack. After king d7. But I have to make the next move pretty quickly. And if they take this, king just captures. Or no, rook captures, rook captures. Take, rook takes, and the king's going to get out the way. Alright, what do they do? They have 2 minutes left. Check, or where else could they go? So take, check, check, rook up, check, king over. I just don't think there's enough for a mate. Like, I'd have to really blunder it. Like, it looks kind of bad. Alright, rook here, right? Rook here, rook here, rook here. Yeah. Hmm. They have a really good attack, but the problem is they can't get this other knight in without the bishop sliding in. Oh, no way. No way. That is crazy. I already got to view the game. Yeah. Did not see that mate. That is a crazy comeback. That's a crazy fold there. That's unfortunate. Somehow, I'm up a rook and I lose. That's crazy. Well, first look at the checkmate. They set up the mate. I did not see the mate. This is winning if I just move my rook over. Oh my god. I didn't even see that at all. That's unfortunate. Yeah, just a mate idea. Alright, let's go to the rest of the game. Really not much to say. I mean, I was up a rook. We played it's not d6 like I said. It is instead what? Instead, oh, it is knight c6. So I said that too. It should be knight c6 instead. Passive. I mean, I guess, but I really just missed the checkmate. Like, you kind of have to defend. Like, I just missed the mate. I don't think it was that bad until that. Like, yeah, it's just a blunder. It was no inaccuracies, really. Not that, I mean, I still lost, obviously. But I don't think it was the passivity. He probably feels amazing. But yeah, c5, the knight slides up. The idea of queen b6 is trying to stop the d4 pawn push. Bishop here. You can take the pawn. Okay. I was like, this doesn't work. This is what they do. It doesn't work. They do this, and you take. There's no other way to trap, because they move rook over. I guess you could move out. Yeah, you could just go out the way. And you have this escape down at the end. All right. Yeah, bishop c1. And then here. This part, did I mess up in this part? I didn't. I did everything right here. Yeah. Is there another way to guard the pawn, though? Or could you have, I considered moving up here to g5. Okay, that was fine. Okay. I guess everything is probably okay, given that I'm up that. Oh, this is the blunder. Ah, so it is two mistakes then. So instead you're supposed to go queen down here. They go knight back. I feel like I don't lose because of this, though. And then rook h8. Yeah, it's definitely because of the maiden one I gave up. Let's see. Yeah, it's still fine. And then, oh, it's a draw. If they go knight in here, that's crazy. Oh, because you have to take, and then the queen slides in. That would be, I was doing good. That's an unfortunate end to it. But yeah, now this is a repetition. Okay. And then rook over. Yeah. That's a tough one. I knew this was okay to do. I was right there. I just missed the checkmate. Tough. I'm trying to set. What am I trying to do here? I don't know what the idea of this is. Oh, I was trying to give a check. Yeah, that was my thought, to give a check. But I just missed the mate. If you move your rook over, now this doesn't work because of king e7. I need to give my king any breathing room there. All right, well, let's go to this next game here. Not the start I would hope for, but we got more games to play. Let's see. We have the white pieces this time. We're going to practice the queen's gambit with this game. All right, d4 and then c4. I guess it depends what they play. Learn the queen's gambit. If they go d5, we'll just practice that. If they go c5, I'll probably play more of a, I guess, knight f3, so it's not the queen's gambit at that point. What's going on, YV? I'm doing all right today, man. How you doing today? But yeah, I think the knight, they're not moving. Say knight here if they go c5, and then d4, d5, c4. I may have to get into a new game, though. Appreciate that. Hilly, appreciate that. Do I play the close? I do not play the close Sicilian. I do not play that. I can play the Petrov, the French, I guess the semi-Slav, although I learned it just from playing the Queen's Gambit Decline. It's not the same thing, but it's very similar. Alright. Let's go to this next game here. They aborted that one. And here's a new sub on YouTube, closing in on 1,000 there, 24 away. We had E4, E5. Alright, we just did this. This is their 2200 game. Well, they rank up on me. Yeah, E4, E5. Knight up here. If they move their knight to F3. If they go bishop up, probably bishop up. D4. Alright, they move their knight up. Knight up. Alright, the Petrov attacking the center. The accepted variation, classical variation. We take back here on E4. Queen up, and then knight back. If they go D3, yeah, knight back here. This is straight to an endgame. Now, the game I played recently with this same line, I lost because I did not queenside castle, which is an interesting reason that I lost that game. But I need to queenside castle here for safety instead of, because I let their rook get too active, but they don't go for the queen chase, so it's a different game this time around. The knight could attack, and I guess I can't really force anything. It seems like a good thing, though. Maybe knight here and bishop here, or something in that order. Attacking this bishop here in the center. Getting rid of it, yeah. Maybe knight d5. I've not seen this move. I played the Petrov hundreds of times. I've not seen the bishop e3 after q e2 yet. But I like knight d5 here. Attacking. If they move, he'll queen trade, yeah. That's fine. Here in the center. Because I want to trade the queens off so I can move the bishop and we could castle if you needed to. And if we don't castle that, we could still move the bishop out the way. So either way, I think that'd be a good thing to do. I slide their knight forward. So you could take and ruin their structure, but it's not completely ruined because they're not isolated double pawns. It'd be connected double pawns. So I'm going to take the bishop instead and then probably go c6. So the knight can't go to any of these squares. And then I'll have a bit of a problem developing, but I guess they will too if they take with the pawn. Their bishop doesn't have that many squares. So they might take with the queen just because their bishop will be so trapped. If they do this, like where can it go? I might just go, or no, c6 and then g6 bishop up and castle. And then like bishop here, knight. We have a plan for the next few moves. But I feel like that you have to play, maybe you don't have to play this, but allowing knight d5 seems like it's too much initiative for them and too much of a good square, I would say. And obviously they're going to take the knight back as, you know, they're basically 2200. I don't want to win, I don't want to get points like that. I hope their connection gets a little bit better. And those type of wins do not feel like, or do not feel like them. They're not wins. Yeah, it looks like they might time out. Not time out. Auto resign, disconnected. But yeah, the opening, nothing too crazy here. This is just the Petrov accepted variation, or I call it classical variation. Kozio attacked, and I know it's that part. Usually people don't play the queen here. Like I've seen it, but it's more yeah, not a real game. Like we can look at the couple of moves. We got a couple free points. 100% for me, 98.9 for them. We both know this opening pretty well. This is the best move. This, like I said, this is the first time I've seen this. So this is where I think it's knight in to attack, but you know, nothing too interesting. Let's go to this next one. Got some points we did not deserve there. All right, we're waiting for another game. Hope we get the white pieces again. That is the goal, because we had black in both of the games. I guess only one game we really played, and we got the black pieces. So I want to switch it up. All right, d4. They want to go d5. They move knight here to f3. Okay, we're going to go for the queen's gambit this time. We're going to try this out. Now, is it bishop g5 now? I don't know. Or is it knight here first? I don't know. Here? Okay, let's go knight here. And then is it bishop g5? Looking to attack the knight. Oh, yeah. I got some points, I guess. I got some points, but it feels like I cheated for that. Like I did not do anything. I love this theme. I had it on. I didn't realize you could change it for a very long time. It took a while for me to notice that. Man, so this is why I need to play this more. This is why I'm doing this now. So when I get back to tournaments, I'll know what to do. Is it QC2? I think I saw that on one of the computer lines. Is it queen c2 or bishop here? I'm not sure. I guess if you go here, you don't double your pawns. So I'll play QC2. I really am not sure which one is better, though. But here going the knight. You don't, yeah, you do not suck. Yeah, you're, what, 1700? Definitely well above average. All right, going for this pin. Well, they're going for this diagonal. I don't love that. I have to defend this. Knight up. I mean, I'm going to have to double my pawns if they decide to take this at any point. Oh, wait. No, that's wrong. That's kind of wrong, isn't it? Yeah, everyone take this. I may not castle this game. I may not castle. Because their queen's here and they're setting up this pin. And then if you push... So this is definitely... This cannot be right. This is free, right? If they take, and then you take here. So am I supposed to queenside castle? That feels weird too because of h5. That's so easy for them to play. Okay. guess QD2 could fix some issues. It would fix most of the problems, I'd say. It runs into a pin though, but that might be the best thing. But then they can go knight c6. I guess this is free then. So do I have to move my knight somewhere? But then that's free. That's the problem. Yeah, I'm seeing now it's probably not queen c2. It's probably not that. It's probably anything but queen c2. But it's good we're getting this out now. Either queen's here on f6. g3 runs into losing there on f3, right? Is there any trap I could go for? Like, oh, can I sack it? No, there's no bishop g2. My bishop's too far away, which is why I want to play e3, but then take. Maybe rook over, but I guess then that's also hanging at the end. Castling feels like it's the safest move, honestly, but they could still, because you're guarding the pawn in the center there, I may have to castle. But d5, that feels like such an issue. How else could I guard it? Queen moves over, knight comes up, and then what? Like, you couldn't do anything after that. That still would lose. Is there any way you could save the knight? I may have to just castle here. Yeah, I'm gonna castle. I don't know if this is the best move, but I don't know a better move there. Let's see. QD3. I guess you could have done that. Yeah. That does make sense. We're going to have the queen take back here on c3. And now the pin's gone. We've castled this side, and they push up here to e6, stopping a knight forward move. And you still can't move the knight. This is so frustrating. Maybe pawn forward now, and then take. But then they could push and give me double pawns. That'd be an issue. G3? But yeah, G3 bishop here. That also feels kind of slow. Do I need to reroute? But if I move the knight, then the f pawn's hanging. They must feel really good about their opening moves here. Let's see. Up, take. They go up. I think there's nothing after that. G3 here. Bishop moves. I think the problem is the knight ever moves. This is hanging at the end. That's the one issue I'm having. And then going rook over still doesn't allow that. I may just have to get the double pawns if they allow me to do that. But they have this check too. Oh yeah, okay, I'm just gonna have to let this happen. This is not good, but the bishop is just too powerful. I'm gonna have, if they take the queen, we'll have double c pawns. They don't go for it though. I guess because this is also weak. I just have a lot of weaknesses. And if you go up, they can go queen check, which is why they're okay with that. Queen over may be the best bet. So you're setting up e4 without losing to qf4. And they can't push to e4. I guess. I don't love it, but I don't see a different way. Queen down. You could go up either way. Alright, their knight moves. Alright, now we have some life. The knight sliding into this great square, though. So, like, do you go up to stop it? That doesn't feel right. Yeah, I might just have to allow that. And just go e3. And then knight moves, just queen back. Now we're stopping the queen up. I didn't go e4 to not overextend. Maybe I have to go b4 eventually, but I don't want to weaken my king that early on. Alright, they move. Move our queen back here to c2. And then we can set maybe the bishop here. Now their bishop's at least not that strong. I mean, they can push c6 really at any point. But now I still don't like this because of q here to f4. If I could queen trade, I feel a lot better. But we're down 3 minutes. That's probably a bigger issue. Alright, they push this pawn forward. They're looking to attack, get aggressive here. h3 would stop it for a second. But then they could just go h4. But alright, we want to go h3. Stopping it for that 1 second. If they push down, maybe the knight has to retreat. Maybe knight here anyways is a good move. To go here and attack their knight. Because right now I can only kick it out with my pawn. And they have to go all the way back. But then the pawn moving, they have h5. Like if the structure's weak, maybe that's not that big of an issue though. Here, they have to go a6 and then b5. Because if you go up and they go a5, you could go b5, and it's stuck there, which isn't that good. But they at least can't get their rook in by taking diagonally. Like they can't open the file up, which would be the issue of that. They're definitely winning. I'll say somewhere in the opening. Okay, they go for it. They go for it. Well, now a4 is a necessity. I feel like. Not really another way. Well, the only thing is if you go a4, now c6, and then whatever happens, I guess you could get out. You could take this way. Yeah. Okay. c6, but you let them take, and then you take back this way. The problem is they might have rook over, so they go rook c8, probably just king here to b1. So at the end of that line, they can't move the knight and pin the queen to the king. So king b1 probably next. Also, I watch time. I'm down 3 minutes. That's not a bigger issue. Like it's an issue that I'm losing on the board, but it's an issue. So I have to react to that as well. I can't spend as much time as they are at this time. But yeah, I need to get my bishop either on this diagonal, but you can't push the pawn for it because their queen's so good. That's really the issue. If they push down, I want them to push the pawn and I go knight there. They'll never do that. And they move the queen. Okay. They move the queen. Finally. Now they're looking to move their queen to this diagonal. I would rather deal with that as an issue, honestly. That feels more feasible. Now my bishop and my knight can move freely. So let's just go here. Maybe they're setting up f5 too. But everything feels better now. Like they can't go f5 immediately. Looking to attack this. Okay, up here. Guarding with the pawn now. And we have this light square at control. If they push, take, it feels like it's hard for them to break in now. Their queen was exerting a lot of pressure. Now if I go like rook f1, this is always guarded. Now we're even considering the idea of e4 at some point. I need their knight gone. Yeah, I need to move knight here, knight here. Their knight has to go. And they push f5. Okay. Rotating down now doesn't feel that useful, but I need to make a move. I have to make a move, and it does set up this check, maybe cutting their king off, but it's not that big of a deal. Like if they're probably already fine with not castling, and they castle anyways. Maybe we get them to mess up. They could mess up. There's a pin there if they do too much, and this pawn's there as well. So this might be free. Actually, I think it is free. Because how could you... Even if you go rook over, take. Like, you can't move the rook up or bishop g4 for the pin there. We're still down time, but it was 3 minutes. Now it's closer to 2 minutes. So we're definitely spending a little less time at this point than they are. This is crazy, though. Like, they have so much space on the king side. The one thing is their light squared bishop is not good. So... For all they got for space, they've traded the utility of a minor piece. And I don't know if it was worth the exchange. Alright, yeah, this does just drop. So we win a pawn here. Even if I can't hold this, having 3 pawns on the 5th rank and I have, what, 1? I had 1 here. They're nice looking to reroute and cut off my queen. That's a nice idea. I'm probably going to go up here to g4 though. So it's always guarded. Need their knight gone though. Well, this first. There's no queen fork. Just go down. Oh no, over. I need a way to attack the knight. Yeah, over here so we can set knight here, here, here. But that's not a feasible solution. Like that's not feasible for the rest of the game, but fine. Queen here for now. This is not a fork because of the bishop. King over. But then you're setting up, you're kind of in a mate net. With the knight there, like that knight is gorgeous because we pushed a4. My knight can't sit there because they have c6 in any line. Knight here immediately, setting up that fork, and it's just the best move, I'm sure. You're stopping e4. You're setting up a fork. It's 2 reasons to play that one. All right, now I don't know. This I can't really remove at all. Like there's not a way to remove it. What if we go pawn forward? Actually, that might be a good move too. Here, And if they go c6, maybe knight back? Because now if they push, we have something that can take it out the way. That could work. Alright, they move their rook forward. They're really setting up this idea. They want to break on this side. But you could take that. So I'm not sure if they want to do that. Or if that would work. But going forward, I want to get my king out the way of any fork before anything. Like, I want to move my queen there for a second. Like, oh, knight a2. Alright, they are going for that. I don't think that works, though. But sure. Let's move rook up and then rook over. They can't push or you'll take. So they have to, like, queen here first. And then you can bring the other rook. And now pushing, take. You're just guarded. And you got bishop f1 as well. Because the bishop no longer has to guard the square. But we're at 2 minutes. They've got their time advantage back up. I'm taking a lot of time. Oh, they do go for it. I don't think they can now. There's no pin, so I can just take this. You're attacking both here. And then take. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, they're going to be down this minor piece. Their knight's so good, though. Maybe they did this intent. Like, their knight is... Not their knight. No, yeah, their knight is so good. That's the one thing. Is like, well, yeah, I'm kind of getting what I want, but they have this amazing piece. I hope they trade. If they trade that, I feel like I'm winning. Pretty easily, too. But if they don't... If they keep the knight on, it's like, well, how do I win it? Like, I can never get too far away. Capture. Alright, nothing's hanging. And their rook slides in. Alright. I mean, if I can't make... They're not going to take that. I might as well stop them from pushing forward. And their knight's not that good if the queen can't get there. That's the one thing I'll say. If the queen gets there, which is what they're trying to do, yeah. If the queen gets there, it is good. But without the queen, it's just kind of a knight sitting on my side of the board. Now I have a plan in it. I think it's kind of hard to stop. You just push the disconnected passers. Right? It shouldn't be too difficult, whatever the pieces they have. And 2 rooks that are... like, all my pieces are working together right now. And that's the biggest thing that's working in my favor. Just pawn forward. Oh, dude. Free bishop. Yeah. Yeah. Like, that was completely winning. And I just give that up. Alright, rook over. It still might be winning, but that definitely is a hamper on it. Alright, rook over. They go over. Can you go up still now? Maybe they have that. So you push this pawn first. Yeah, I'll push this pawn first if I were to do it like this. And then queen in here and setting that up. Yeah, because there's no... Oh, I can't move all the way out the way because that's free. There's no fork. So slide queen here. Yeah, they can't go knight c3. Take. But they're not going to trade their rook off. I can't... Oh, they do, really. Maybe because I can push down. Okay, rook here to guard. Queen slides. Queen here. There's no fork. And now we're setting up g7. Which they'd have to go back for. And then you can push up this way. And oh, then you can move the queen here. Yes. Okay, knight moving. I'd probably just go king... Oh, no, you have to move the rook over first. Maybe they go here. But then could I just push up? I could just attack their queen and let them take it. I have 52 seconds, though. But it'd be easier with the bishop. I would say I should not have dropped my bishop on e4. I have 3 passers, so it's still difficult. But I made it harder on myself. It's a lot harder now. But yeah, f6 feels like it should be working there. Man, I just got too excited. Like, oh, this is just winning. Which it probably was, but drop a piece. Now who knows. But the bishop, this is coming back to them. It's just not that good of a piece. Even now, like it can't... Okay, yeah, they're going for the counterattack, which makes sense. But we're going to cut their queen off with this move. And if the queen can't get in, again, the knight is not that strong by itself, right? And that's the issue with the position. Is if the knight was strong enough to mate me, then this knight, but they need the queen. Like, it needs to be like QC1, QC2, QA2. But if we're cutting off the diagonals, there's literally not a possible way. Like, unless they go here, here. But if they go here, I go up. And if they take queen, they go down, check, up. Maybe they can do that. Oh, you can move queen down. So maybe they can do that. But no, the queen I already have could go down to C1. It almost looks good. They'd have that fork, I guess, after they take your queen. But you'd have that queen there and that pawn there. Yeah, dropping the bishop was a bad move, but I think it's still winning. It's just too many passers. I think they should have went knight d3. It's a little harder to see a way forward. All right. They're going in. This one, because if they check, if it's this one, the rook can't drop down. If they slide over, wait, I just have to move. Okay, I just gotta move. Oh, wait, no. Oh, no, we can go rook here. Rook here. If they take. I miss cubic speed 3. Here, queen down. I have this queen moving. Oh, no, is it a draw? Oh, my God. I think it's a draw. I miss QXB3. I'm like, what are they doing? I just have to defend. They give this check. You have to go over. No, you can't go over because they go down. That's mate. So you have to go here. And then they check. Oh, that's also mate. Oh, no. Oh, they go down there. Okay, that's wrong, I think. Unless I'm missing it. This queen can move. $12 seconds left. That's not enough time. Yeah, but now the queen's here, I can't lose it. But they go over queen up. Oh, maybe. No, it's winning. It's definitely winning, but I have 12 seconds left. They go here. You can go Q. Nine seconds. This is so frustrating. Had I just used my time a little bit better, I could guarantee the win. But I can't guarantee the win because of that. So annoying. Just gotta move a little bit quicker. But they push the pawn down, you just have to get a queen. You have to set up the mate in one idea. I feel like that's the only way forward, honestly. I won on time. I won on time. I have no clue I won on time. All right, we got that win. That's crazy. That is crazy. Somehow, the accuracy wasn't very good, but that was a hard game there at the end. I thought they were going to win on time. I got to see. I didn't even look at theirs. I was so focused on mine there. We get the win. Oof. I don't know how. But we played the Queen's Gambit. I played it wrong. Okay, it's E4 after QC2. But I don't want to play QC2 again. I don't think I like that. What else can I do? I can go E3 immediately or G3 immediately. Maybe I'll play, but G3 says it's losing actually. E3? Okay, I'll do E3 next time. That's more book, clearly. Let's just do E3 instead of QC2. I don't love the position it gave me in the, I gave myself in the opening. Oh, this is also the inaccuracy. You can't take the knight. You have to retreat back. So that makes sense. And I queenside castle. I took forever on this move, almost 2 minutes. Appreciate that, Rob. Appreciate that. I was winning the whole time, Midi. Really. I did not feel like it. But yeah, I queenside castled. I should have instead, what is this? Gone rook d1. So my idea was right. No, this is the best move. The analysis bar is saying it is queenside castle. The game review is not, but analysis says queenside castle is the best. But they take queen captures. Taking with the pawn's not really as much of an option. It just doesn't make that much sense. You're opening up your king, so that's why I didn't do it. All right. I tried to break here. I am supposed to lose the pawn here. Is this not a loss of a pawn here? I saw this whole thing, but I saw QF6. Like after QF6, what can you do? Like here they just go up is what I was thinking. Apparently this is winning. I'm not that good yet to know that I can give up a pawn for this type of activity. It wasn't an obvious conversion, so I didn't go for it. But I saw everything to QF6. I'm like, after QF6, I mean bishop here and then C6, like how? I'm just down a pawn was my thought. So I didn't go for that. I went for the worst case scenario was this in my mind. Where they give, I think I mentioned it too, they gave me these double pawns, what I was thinking. They're winning, but this feels a lot easier to defend, even if it's not. Like, I think I could have defended this better than if with this. Like, you can't, for those who aren't seeing it, I guess I just showed it. This is a free pawn if you just go e3, which is the computer suggesting. I, as a mere 2100, did not consider that. So yeah, I go queen over here to d3 after, and another mistake, e4 I also saw. I thought it didn't work because of like this and then queen down. This is apparently winning. No, I'm still losing. That's probably the problem. Whatever I did, I was losing, and I played. So with that being the case, I'm okay with my decisions, because this is to play the best line at -1, and I need to figure out a way to turn it around. So I can't play the top computer line. I'm just playing. I play it to a loss, so I have to make some bad moves to make a comeback. Again, the computer's right, but the bad moves is the only way I'm going to make a comeback. And they go g5. A mistake. Did not feel like that. I thought they were completely winning with g5. I go up to stop it. Although bishop d3, I didn't even think of this. I was so worried about g4 as an idea. But I go up there. They push here to a5. I go a4. Another mistake. And we're -2 at this point in the game. I hesitated a little bit. Like, I thought about this instantly, then I stopped. I'm like, well, it doesn't feel that good. But like, this also doesn't feel that good if I go here and they push. Like, that also feels bad. So I decided to go for a4. A mistake, but that was my thought process. I thought a4 was worse than a5. Understand more? Oh, really? Okay. Well, I hope it's helpful then. If you're 900, I hope it's helpful for you. Let me know if I can go in more detail on a specific part. You can obviously ask, and I can go back to it. But the queen drops back. I go bishop e2. A lot of mistakes here from both of us. So not the best game. I did not promise that. I promised to play some chess. But I move my knight back here to d2. They castle. I thought this was wrong. Not instantly, but because of e4. Now the idea here, if you don't see it, this is, well, you can't even, it's not even free. But the problem is this is also kind of a free pawn, right? If they take it, it's because you have this pin here, and you can't even block because of this pawn on d5, which was a mistake at the time. It ends up helping me in the position. So castling is completely wrong. They go over, and now this is a free pawn. So I'm winning. I'm plus 0.5 after that horrible first 19 moves. They drop their knight back. Which, again, I thought was a gorgeous move. The computer's saying it's bad. That shows how good me and them are. I thought this was great too, and they also thought it was a good move. That's why they played it. I was like, knight to b4 looks amazing. The computer's saying we're dumb, and c6 is better. I also would not have taken. I think if you were here while I talked about it, I would have let them take it, so I can get this. So again, showing my level. I'm clearly not at 3600, whatever the computer is. But they dropped their knight back. Another mistake. I have no clue why that's a mistake. I thought that would be an obvious move because the knight sliding in, it would force cube. Oh, this is what I was thinking at least. Like if you go, what else was I thinking of? I guess bishop d3 I considered. Like, well, if they go knight, this is also a mistake. So that's not a good. What is the best move? Let's see the best move before I say what I was thinking. It's king b2. Okay, that makes sense. Because knight comes in and queen here. I was thinking the queen can move off of the, I don't know. This is not the best move. Apparently the best move is QE4. Oh, that makes sense though. Because regarding this, I thought g4 to have a pawn structure, and now they can't push. Like if they push, you could go f3, was my thought behind it, but that's just not right apparently. But that's what I did. It's back to a draw now after this knight to b4 move. Another, and actually they're slightly better. QE4 the computer's calling for. I don't know why they didn't cross my mind. Like this is something I can say I could have seen. Like some of the, like dropping that pawn earlier, I would have never played that. Like I'm not going to regret that. This I could have played. I don't know how I missed QE4 for so long, but I did. And they move their rook over. Another miss. Knight here. A lot of misses. This is not easy position though. Like I know we both have a few. I have like 3 blunders coming up. This is crazy. I have 3 blunders. I know one of them is because I dropped the bishop. But the other 2, I knew it was a draw. I think it was definitely a draw at some point, which is why it's a blunder. We'll get to that when we get to it though. I got 94. The best move by far, I believe, is what the great means. Or it does not mean that. Yeah, it does not mean that. But this is the best move. You're setting up this idea and stopping it. And you see how I played almost instantly? It's just a pretty natural idea. The pawn pushing is bad, so you move up. This is weak, so you're doing 2 things at once. They move their queen over. F3, another mistake that I just don't understand what I was supposed to do. My thought was, well, if I move my knight ever, because I don't want to get this knight out, I need to move the knight, right? The bishop can never attack a dark square. So I need to get the knight to say c2, right? I would need to abandon the e4 square, obviously. So I'm thinking if I have the pawn here, I could at least take and they don't have a complete passer. That was my thought process. Move the rook forward, king over. And now I was like, this can't be right. And it is wrong. And I'm +3. I promise I give this back so soon. Like, I do not keep it. There's no way I kept it. I'm sure I don't. I see the blunders. And I didn't feel like it either during the game. Yeah, I was so happy here that I blundered. And I go up here to g5. I'm like, dude, it's completely winning. And if I just take a second, I would not play. I don't know why. I took 7 seconds. I should have taken longer, honestly. Even though I'm a minute 30. If I just realized this is probably even better. It's not the top computer line. It's the only other thing I thought about was queen here. And I said, well, let me just push first. And I dropped the bishop. So I am losing. And I'm now completely lost after rook over. I don't know why they took either. I don't know what the best move was. But when they took, I was like, well, I don't know if that is it. Because now you can just go queen here. They're still winning. I would bet that no one 2100 is winning this with black. Like that, it's just too difficult. Now the blunder I make later, I think they could have found. This I can't blame them. Like there's no way you assume this is winning. I have 3 passers and 2 pieces to support them. But they just don't play it right. Maybe if they push up first, setting up the diagonal for queen in. Oh, that's why it works. Now you can't push, which is later I do push because now you can't. Which is the difference between later. We'll get there in 1 second. This is a blunder, but whatever. And then we go here now. So the idea is when you push before, they could take. Because they can't take, it's back to winning. Chess is very intricate. Like that small difference, taking versus not taking. And they were up. They were like +6 to +3 for me. That's like a 9-point swing. They move their queen over and a blunder. Yeah, I have 40 seconds, but I spent 13, so I still should have found the best move. Queen back. I saw for a moment, I thought the pawn was free, which it is. I'm missing that there's passers, and I don't know why that slipped my mind. Because this is obviously my idea with going this. I see the passers, but they take, queen. Yeah, this is, I think I said it's a draw too. Yeah, queen here was what I didn't think queen b3. I thought here, up, and then, I don't know what I thought after that. I saw that though. I saw the queen sliding in, and the queen going here. I missed qb3 completely. And this is actually not winning. I thought it was completely a win or a draw for them after queen. Yeah, I thought queen here, and then here, and then they go here. I'm like, oh, they can't go here. That's the problem. Yeah, that's why it's fine. I missed that they can't go queen down. I just saw qf1 and I was worried, but I have a queen there. How do you get out of it though? Is it because you can never go king here? This is a loss, isn't it? Yeah, I say this is a loss if you go king over. So how do you get out of it? Well, apparently you can get out of this at some point, but that's not what happens. In the actual game, I go back here. This is forced. This I thought was also a draw, so I would not have played this right. Maybe I did see QB2 eventually, but at first I thought this was a draw. But now they have no other checks, which is the issue. But yeah, I pushed. They took. I thought taking everything they did I thought was right, and apparently none of it was right. They all felt like good moves. I have 5 seconds here. They have 19. I'm not sure how they didn't win this one. They take 10 seconds for QH2. They got to just give the check here. Honestly, they have to just go for the check and then go here and then back and then go from there. I think that's the best idea. That's what I would have done. Going QH2 for 10 seconds, I think it's not the best time. I also make bad time decisions, but not the best time investment as they're losing, so they should probably just pressure me on the clock. But I go queen down, setting up that mate in 1, and I don't... Oh, this is a free queen. I have 3 seconds, so I'm not going to have 3 seconds. I think I pre-moved that as well. Just taking, because I know they can't give a check after queen here. Like, they just can't give a check again. So I knew I could pre-move that. But they move queen. Now, this is free. All right, 2 seconds left. And they spend some more. A second there, a second there. I think those are pre-moves, realistically. And because you see, I'm pre-moving this whole time, and I get the win on time. I play a lot of bullet, so for me, it was more natural, probably. Not everyone plays bullet. But yeah, I get the win there. Not really sure how, but I do get the win. And that is my peak in Rapid. 2159. Let's see if we can go higher and get to 2160 in this game. We get white again. What I told myself and those watching is I'll go back and forth between the London and the Queen's Gambit. And then Scott, a lot of white square pawns, wonder. Yeah, that's what I was saying too, live, Scott. Like their bishop, they had a lot of space, but my pawns are very active and their bishop was kind of weak. That's why I was probably slightly better once they queenside castled. now that I wasn't completely lost positionally on the king side, the fact that their bishop was bad mattered. Like before, it didn't matter, right? Because they had such an advantage on this side. But once they castle and it equals back out, I was like, okay, well, now white's a little bit better because white's bishop is not good. But bishop e2 here, you go bishop e2 and they fianchetto, c3, the diamond, and now I'll castle. Usually I delay castling a little too long. I don't do that anymore. Usually it's like move 10 or 11 because I want to move my knight, I want to move my pawn forward, I want to move my queen up. But those can wait. The king safety is the most important, especially in rapid. Like in the quicker time controls I play, it's probably hard for people to take advantage of like a small mistake like that. And now a4 to stop this b5 idea. And we can go take here in the center and then knight d2. Play bullet. I can make like a vote for bullet. I only play, you don't like the London Gabby? The London is solid. London is solid. It's got me to 2100 here, 2300 bullet, almost 2k over the board. It's very solid. Very solid. I didn't know it was a beginner opening when I first learned it though. I played the Queen's Gambit for years, and then when I got to 1800 I started losing every game almost. I think it's because I was just not that good, but I attribute it to the opening. And I learned the London like it was an advanced opening. Apparently it's beginner. I learned that after I learned it though. I thought it was an advanced opening. But yeah, we can drop back if they... That's really not a huge issue. That's why you go bishop e2 is my guess. So there's never the idea of that attack and the fork in the center. Now is rook e1 or qb3? I mean, this is also kind of weak. I kind of want to go knight c4, honestly. Knight c4 and rook e1. Because usually you can't do this because that's not a free... Yeah. Let's play the position and not what it usually is. This seems like a weakness. Now they can't really push. Rook e1 and qb3 can happen at any point. Queen's Gambit. That's what I did for the last game, Queen's Gambit. I'm trying to go back and forth between the three. No. Oh, I just saw your message, Smitty, if you're still here. No worry. F3. Yeah, F3 being a mistake threw me. I'm like, how is this a mistake? I would have never thought... Is this free? I think it's... Maybe they... Could they not have gone there? Oh, I guess it's not free. If you go back. And now that... No. No, this is definitely free. You drop back here. Oh, they're going to go d5. I see. They can't take. They're going to go d5. And now that is... No. They still can't get that back. Maybe they get it back eventually. But yeah, they definitely... Oh, now they've just given it up. If the knight goes here... Oh, wait. I see. Because if you take... This is pretty sneaky. But no, this doesn't work, though. No, this doesn't work. Take... Or you could probably take here first. Yeah, so you have that as an option. Yeah, the idea I think they're seeing is captures, 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 captures. Rook here. I think they're missing you can take the knight at the end. And then if they take, then the bishop moves. That has to be what they're missing with it. Could you go there first? But the problem is the knight, once the knight moves, the bishop is always under attack. Or not the bishop moves. The bishop is always attacking the knight once this knight moves, which I think is the problem. I could also just take this first, but I guess it's not. Yeah, because you take that first and then there. And then here, but I guess they could go rook d2 at that point. So do you take this or this? I'm sure there's a difference between the two. What is the difference? The bishop is definitely not first, I would bet. I think it's knight c4. But the problem is with this knight, you open the bishop up quicker. Because I guess if you go here, they don't have to take. But then they don't take, it's not an issue. Yeah, let's just take here. I don't know if there has to be a difference that I'm not seeing, though. Because I'm sure it's not equal exactly. It's not equal. Between, one of the knights was better. We'll see after the game. I'm not really sure which one was better. But one of them is better. I really can't tell. They both have a purpose. Like, if you took the other way, the bishop is quicker. I guess you're also attacking, and they don't even go for that there. But now, see, I could go back knight c4, which I feel like I should do. Like, taking this does pretty much nothing. I mean, my knight's just better on c4 than trading it. And this is guarding this and attacking, and this is guarded. I would love to go to an endgame, though. They might go queen here because they don't want a queen trade, I'm sure. So qa7. But that's also not that good, though. Maybe knight. Then I can go knight here. And then trade this knight for this. Because knight on c4 is very useful. There's no way they go for the queen trade. If they queen trade, it's just a winning end game. I mean, obviously I can mess up as we saw in the first game, but I imagine they are not assuming I'm going to mess up and they're going to go QA7, which is probably worse. I'm sure the computer's going to say QD8 once we review it, but there's no way they play QD8. Like, no one is going to a losing end game. They're going to keep the queen on. Like, to win a losing position or a down material position, you have to play probably not the computer move. Like, unless you're grandma, yeah, so they're not going to go queen d8. It does not even be better, but I would also have done that, but I think the computer's going to recommend QD8 instead. All right, now we have a choice. The knight in the center, I'm starting to wish I would did the other knight now. Because going back to clearly c4 guarding b6 was pretty useful, and he also set that up. So probably the wrong choice in hindsight. Now the knight can go forward. And we're now attacking the knight. I mean, that feels a little... And then you could take there. Here, and setting the knight. I could go here. That is an idea. You could go a5. And then you're setting up knight sitting in. But where would you go after? That's what I'm missing. Well, why not? Because they can't stop it. I might as well get some space. That doesn't seem like a bad idea. This one will pawn forward. If they go rook over, you just have qc2. Or I guess you'd go queen here, because they could go bishop here. I do have to be careful, though. Because they do... Oh, they move their bishop in. Now, is this a good move? Before I commit to it, knight there... I guess it's good. Nah, no. Oh, that's a blunder. Oh, no, yeah, that's a blunder. They could take on a5. Yeah. Good thing I caught myself. Let's go knight here instead to e5. Looking to exchange material. Oh, that doesn't work because of queen here, though. Okay. So queen, knight back then to e3. Yeah, a5 is probably a mistake. Like, it doesn't... I usually play a5. So that's why I was so okay with it. Because I play it despite, like, I'm up a pawn here. I usually do that anyways. I do that in tournaments. Stopping b6. I think here it's not right, though. Because it's too weak. And their bishops are too strong. I need to get my bishop to c4. That is becoming obvious to me. I need to trade that off. And try and limit the blow. And I need both. If I can trade the minor pieces, the game, I could do good. Yeah, I messed up. This is weak now. So queen up to guard. Like, it's no point in giving it back up intentionally. Like, if they get it, they get it. Queen here might be the only way. Now, yeah, because on a4, you could have tried b3. But then c3 is super weak. But can they get another attacker, though? That might be the swing factor. They can't get another attacker in there. Regarding this... They can't bring a rook up. They can't get their bishop there. They'd have to move their rook and then bishop, but then you just take. I don't think they can attack it a third time. It might be defended. Rook over. That's the thing, though. How do I get control of the file without giving up? And I need to go b4. But again, their bishop. Their bishop's super active. Yeah, the other knight was definitely better. You at least trade one set of pieces. They have all four. I'm now certain. After, it's no longer useful to know what was better. But now I do. Bishop c7, bishop b6. I'm down a minute on the clock, though. And if they ever move their queen, I guess you have this idea of sacking and then take. And they go like queen here. So that's something, but I don't think they'll do that. And I don't think I'll move my... Oh, really? Oh, cool. Okay, let's go knight here then. I think the issue is their knight was not good there. But I'd almost say it was worth it to do. Okay, let's say we go... Oh, wait. If we go here, they do whatever. Here. Back. Over. Oh, the problem... Yeah, if you do this, they could go over here, back. And now this sack doesn't work because the rook is guarding. So that might induce them to make a good move, which I don't want to do. So now I think knight here in the center, probably. Wait. Oh my god. No. What am I doing? No, that's not, yeah. I'm trying to get rid of the knight, and that's just a free knight there. Yeah, that's not a good move. Alright, well, I'm not going to trade now. How did I realized it after I made the move. Why did I realize it after and not before? That is ridiculous. Okay, rook here can go to d1. We're down a piece now. And now it's completely losing, I bet. Rook here. Their slide in. Yeah, that's insane. I can't believe I just threw the game like that. If you take, they'll take. Rook over. Take. I don't want to trade more material now that I'm down. But it feels like it'd be better to not give up the file. How did I miss that? I should have just went for the bishop idea. At least I want to be down the piece if I do it that way instead. Tourney. So I have tournaments tomorrow. Wait, is it tomorrow? Yeah, tournaments will be tomorrow. And we'll have a long stream, so a lot of tournaments to go on there or then. Yeah, rooks here on d1. They drop back. See now. I might as well go for it now. This might win something at this point. Oh, but then they could take the rook. Yeah, the knight's not there anymore. Or I guess the knight was here, but it doesn't matter. I need to try something. If they take, I guess take with the knight. That's horrible. This is such a difference of position. I guess you take with the bishop, though. The knight's probably, the bishop's easier. No, but the bishop needs to stay there to take on h6. The point is that, oh, now they might have to take, though. Okay, there's something. There's a plan. I don't know if it'll win me the game, but I could either get a pass here. If they're not careful, you have that. I mean, it's still losing. I'm down 2 minutes, but it's not like, it's lost, but it's not like checkmate in 2 type of loss. Like, they could still mess up. That's still a possibility. Take. We gotta move fast. Oh, it's the wrong piece. Well, luckily we're guarding for right now. Let's go here. Looking to go rook down. And they watch out for the pin. So I just have to move fast. Only way I'm going to get them is on time. And you see now they're guarding this, so you can't go for the sack. They have seen everything. So give them credit. They're not giving up the advantage like I did. They're keeping it. Let's move our king out the way so they can't take there. Or up. I mean, up, I don't like, because maybe they can force the queen trade with QF. Queen here. And I just go here, maybe. And try and guard things. I don't know. I don't know if it really matters. They're pushing their pawn down. Okay. Definitely back here. I want to push up and maybe go bishop here. And they go for the center. They are trying to trade off. And I need to take at least once. Because I need my bishop there. Like, if my bishop's not there, then there's really no point. I could just resign. Like, that's the only way I'll ever get anything the rest of the game. Or when I cut off the diagonal. Now my bishop's not good. And I was like, well, you have to trade this bishop now. Because this bishop's not doing anything. Yeah, they're playing this perfectly. And they kept their time advantage, too. The bishop here is ultimately pretty useless. They're trying to trade. We can go here in the center. Not that it does anything, but at least, oh, now that's free. Yeah, I can just, oh, we can take there, though, if they do that. But then again, more trades, which is not what I'm really aiming to do. But I'm missing a lot of these quick tactics. Their queen slides in, they're not aiming at that. They have bigger things on their mind. Is there a sack? I don't think so. But I have to move quicker, and I don't see any moves. If you drop the bishop down and up, like, you know, obviously they're not going to let their queen get trapped. You can't go over. Okay, maybe here and then here. Oh, but you need this square. Yeah, okay. Queen back. But I took 40 seconds on that. I just don't know what to do. Like, how do you have a plan? Like, bishop here, or they move in and then bishop here. So it's like, now you kind of have to queen trade. Because bishop slides in, king over, take. Out the way. Oh, I guess you could go bishop down. Here, if they move their bishop in. That feels like that's not a long-term solution. Also because they could take that too. Alright, they move out the way with their queen. I'm not sure why they're not going all the way in instantly, but they're not. We're going to attack here. A quicker move. We have a minute left. We're going to have to make some quick moves here. Let's see what they do. They probably want to go there or something like that. And then maybe run my bishop this way? Only thing that makes sort of sense to me. Alright, here. Again, it has to be quick, so even if it's the wrong idea, it's better than timing out. At least I have a chance as long as I have some time. But they're up 2 minutes. That is the bigger issue. Alright, rook over. I don't want to trade, really, as it would not benefit me at all. Now we were setting that up again if we could get it with sacking and taking the knight, but it's not there right now. I guess bishop f1. I don't want them to get to stack up on this. But the more time they spend, the better. I guess I feel, yeah, they're going to stack up. And now that's free. Yeah. It's all falling apart. And they've done amazing. Because, like, yeah. Here. Is there anything? Is there anything? Here. No, that's not free. There's nothing. They've not messed up since they got the advantage. Shout out to them. If you take. There's gotta be. I guess it doesn't have to be. Up attacking. No. Up here. Maybe? And then you take that. Because they can't go there. They can't go there. Huh. Maybe that might work. Yeah, I think. Oh, does that work? There's no mate. Yeah, they can't guard that. Can they? 50 seconds, though. So that's probably a problem. But I think I won the knight back, at least. How can they guard it? They can't bring that over. Oh, they go in. But no, they still lose it. Well, even if they don't, it doesn't even matter. I have to do that. I have 40 seconds left. This is the best I'm going to get. And then king here. Oh, that's the problem. They're probably trying to take that. They get a pawn, at least. So fine. They do get something. They don't get absolutely nothing. But for the most part, a lot better than I was just at. We're only down 1 pawn. But we're down a lot of time. That's the difference. We're down a lot on the clock. We can go bishop here to c4. Or no. I guess bishop e2, bishop. Yeah, and then go here. 42 seconds. I'm hoping it's similar to the last person who they don't play bullet and I'm just faster. There's no guarantee. Like, that might have been a one-time thing. I'm only down a minute now. It was just 2 minutes. So maybe they do not play bullet. Which this is still just a complete loss, so it doesn't matter that much if they just take. Why are they not taking the bishop is my thought. Like, they just take the bishop. I think it's pretty simple. Like, to just push, they just go there and then there. But they're thinking, see, the closer it gets, my win percentage shoots up, I'd say. They don't go for it. I think they gotta go for that. You gotta just rock with it, honestly. Like, even if it's not right, yeah, they're thinking too much. They definitely play more rapid than bullet. Because they're winning. Like, they're still winning completely. Like, it's not a draw. There's no way you can hold this. But they're taking too long. This is not holdable. Back. Okay, 34 seconds. I'm just going to jump my bishops around, I guess. They're setting up a good position, though. I'll give them that, but still, I'd rather be up on time. And they're up on time, but they're kind of giving it away up. Oh, I messed up, yeah. I don't know if they take that, though. Yeah, they don't take that. Oh, we get the draw. I drew that somehow. I'm fine with it. I was still down 20 seconds with 14 left. I will take that. Oh, we draw the game. I don't know how I draw. I just threw a knight in the center, in the middle of the game. That was what I play for black. So when they play e4, I play the Petrov. When they play d4, I play like the semi-Slav defense. The end game was horrible. Yeah, the accuracies are 58 for me and 60 for them. Somehow, I had an almost 100% accuracy opening. Like, I really played really good until this. Like, I'm just winning. And I said bishop here, too. That's so... I said that. And I guess we can go through the whole game. But this is the part I was focused on. Because I just give a knight on move 20, and now I'm just losing. I cannot believe. I played a very good opening, though. Played the London. There's not too much to explain yet. I guess I can explain a4. Why I played, I try to stop b5, but it's not the computer move. You're supposed to take instead. Let's see. I really just don't mess up until the blunder. Like, it's hard to say anything else. Like, the knight's here. Oh, was this right? No, it is the other knight, yes. I think I realized after this point in the game it was, but during it I did not. Don't judge. Bet, we can definitely check that out. If you're on tomorrow, we can definitely look at that. But yeah, the knight's up here. If they take... Yeah. And I spent a minute and I picked the wrong knight. I knew it wasn't this, though. That didn't make any sense to me. Yeah, this is just a mistake. That didn't make sense. But I knew it was one of the knights and I choose the wrong one. And I realized it later. A5 was okay, though. I thought that was a mistake. But that's okay. Knight e3. I mean, really nothing bad until this. And then I hold on somehow. This is why you don't resign. You never know what happens. And yeah, you have to... It's saying you're supposed to take this way. So, I don't think I would have ever done that. And just drop a rook. So, I take with the knight instead. I go up, and it's -4. I thought I was completely losing, too. And I was. I mean, it's not even... I'm saying something crazy. F4, probably the only move that keeps you somewhat in the game. Yeah, the other move is -4, and this is -2. So, a pretty big move to find, honestly. They move their knight in, queen to... And I said this, too. I said they're completely winning still. Like, there's no way they're not winning. But they don't win it. The king moves, and I blunder. Where's the blunder? It's saying they can take... Oh, they had that probably, like, for 10 moves. I don't move my... Oh, I do move my bishop. Okay. And this is back to a draw now. I did not think this was a draw. I thought they were still winning because they're up. But apparently I need to go... I saw this later, but not when the bishop was there. I saw it when the bishop was not there. We'll see in a second. The bishop's not there for some... Yeah, I think I saw it here or something. Like, oh, I can try that. But I don't end up doing it. Another blunder. Oh, mate in 1. Yuck. Well, we both missed that. And they blunder. If you capture... I thought this was a checkmate. Oh, you can just take... Oh, you can go here. I thought they were winning if I don't do this. Yeah. That's why I moved my king here to take this. And the rook comes over like, oh, there's a mate idea. I missed it. The king has an escape square. Definitely not a top tier endgame. And we go for the draw. I don't know why they went for the draw. They were up like 20 seconds. But they did go for it. Maybe not intentionally. But I somehow don't lose that game. We'll take that. Alright, so this next one, we did not lose any rating points or gain any. And appreciate all the live streaming on TikTok, closing on 2.5 thousand. Honestly, I'll take that. Like, I won't complain too much about that outcome. Better than I expected after move 20. Like, I just gave up a knight. I should have lost the game. White a game. What's going on, Gio? Thank you for those donations there on TikTok. But yeah, I think going up here. Oh, I guess we're going back and forth. So let's go bishop. Let's go c4 this time. Oh, nice c3. And locker rooms for the likes and Gio for those other donations there. Now it's bishop here, right? Okay. I'm getting my lines now. And then take... I'm getting my lines now. Up here. And then knight here. So when they do that, I'm going to go e3 instead. But for this, the normal semi-Slav, Slav defense, we're going to do it this way. Alright, bd3. I wonder if they're setting up... They must be setting up this queen side. Their light square bishop is weak. I too know as a player who plays black a lot, as most people. I don't know why I said like that. I mean the Slav is black. This bishop also gets bad a lot, I would say. All right, they take. And okay, this is a nice position. Not good, not bad. Maybe I should have taken though. Yeah, maybe. Oh well. They're gonna push up here. Capturing feels like the move. I don't know what is the move though. Cause could you go knight here? Oh, maybe you can go knight here first, and then take, and then I'll try this. Cause this is at least an initiative on the queen. So even if it's wrong, they'll have to react to it. I think this is good though. And now if you take, they can take. So take. I guess you can't win anything, but it looked promising for a split second. Oh no, this is winning. Oh yeah, you do win something because they can't. The queen's hanging. So if you take and then the knight's got, yeah, I do win a pawn. I thought so. They can get it back pretty easily, though. But I can mess up their pawn structure by going e6, and they have to take back with the f pawn. Now I have isolated pawn. I thought that was a good idea. So yeah, I've played the Slav. Like, I've never played e5. Like, why haven't I played e5? Maybe because of that I haven't played e5. I don't know if I saw that far, but like, I know I've never done this before. They move their queen over. Now, can you go qb3? I mean, yeah, why not qb3? I guess knight b6 is probably the issue. If I could get an f4, I'm perfectly fine. But the knight's guarding it right now. Could I move my queen to d4? And then they go knight b6, bishop e3, rook over. That might be fine. And then you go qf4. Because they're not going to queen trade. And then I could go knight e4, knight d4. And then qg3, then f4. I mean, that's kind of a lot of moves, though. If I just push now to e6, they would have to take... I can move my queen down. They could go rook over. I could go knight d4. But then they go knight b6, and it's triple protected, and the bishop's hanging. So probably not that then. I could go qd6. I guess why not qd6? Oh, no, it might be qd6. If you go queen in, they can't go up because you can push now. So they'd have to trade, wouldn't they? If you go here... take, here, back, up, up. I feel like that's probably the best. I don't know. I need to trade the queen. So it's queen here or here immediately. But anything else feels wrong. Like qd4 does not feel right. Like there's no way that's the idea. Because they could just go rook over. And then it's the same thing. Yeah, let's go for the queen trade. If they take, we'll take back. Where again, I'm down. I just take too long in the opening. I'm always down at this point in the game. We're down 2 minutes, basically. This is crazy. But yeah, queen there to d6. I'm sure they have to take that. I can just pre-move this. There's no way. If they don't take, e6 must be winning. If not winning, like really, no, that's winning. If you get e6 in, they're going to take the queen. And now they're going to go knight b6, and then bishop b3. And then c5, and then we're playing chess. And then it's a little, like, what happens after that? I guess rook c1, yeah, they have to trade queens. It's not even, yeah, and they're, like I said, like, they have to do that, too. And now they're going to go c5. And I guess rook c1 first. I can also play a4 to stop that. But they might play a5 for the similar idea of this, but I can't move my rook over. They might feel this is pointless because of rook c1. And then it's weak. Yeah, they're going to play a5 instead if they're going to play one of the two. But then I go a4. The good thing is their bishop only has 2 squares, really. Because they're not going to go bishop here. I have this extra pawn in the center. So I'm up, but it's hard to... Like, how do you keep it? I need to trade it for a pawn, but you can't trade it for a pawn. That's the problem. You can't. Like, it's just there on d6. And there's no pawn there. They move their bishop. Really? That can't be right. There's no way that's right. Really? Okay, well, now it seems like I can just keep it. If you take, and then here, then you just go up. And they can't push. That must be a mistake. I need to make sure. Because I could be missing it. I think that's wrong, because you can get e4 in there now. Maybe the problem is knight c4. I guess so, take up here, and if they go knight c4... Okay. So what if you take, and then b3? Oh, maybe the problem is their knight has 2 squares to attack it. The issue, though, is I can't move my bishop. Like, if my bishop moves here, give them the diagonal. That's gotta be worse. So we're just gonna have to make this work taking. And if it doesn't work, we'll just go to an equal endgame. Knight here, but it stops this. This is the idea, knight c4 or knight c8. Well, knight c8 doesn't work. No, not knight c8. So what if I go rook over here first then? I want to play this. I want to play e4. But knight c4. Oh no, what am I talking about? You can just push the pawn up. Because the knight's, yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about, yeah. You just go here, This is guarded. And then you can bring the No! I forgot about the puzzle. I forgot completely. Completely forgot. Aw, man. That is unfortunate. Okay, and then pawn forward here. My bad for those watching on TikTok. Completely forgot I have to do that. Alright, so in an hour, I have to check. I have to check in an hour. Alright, rook over. Guarding this. Okay. Man. I completely forgot about that. Alright, we're back on TikTok. I apologize. I need to fill out a puzzle basically in the first hour. Completely forgot that's part of streaming on TikTok now. So that's on me. That's on me. Completely forgot. So it won't happen again. I'll make sure I look after every game. I did it so much that my mind stopped going to it immediately. Like, oh, how do we check this? Alright, they take capture. I'm sure it's capture. And that's hanging now. I mean, this has to be winning. And they push. Okay. Rook over here. Okay. If you go up, then you can go knight back trying to win that. I guess you could do that. Here doesn't do anything. Could I bring my rook over and then rook down? Maybe. Oh, could I go knight here? But if you go rook here first, I guess the problem is, yeah, you can't trade rooks. So here cutting off their rook. Rook slides over. Rook over. They could go up. That feels like that's kind of promising, though. What if I take... Oh, I could just take first and then maybe go here, then? Looking to attack there. And then if they move their knight, you put... If they do take... If they go here, initiative, and then you take... I feel like you can always do enough here. I think so. I think you can always do enough. Alright, they move their king in. You can't... Okay. If you check, that doesn't work. Because here, take, and then king here. I guess you could go back, though. So that's probably not the worst thing. I'm thinking knight here. The problem with knight here, I'll say, is the knight's kind of stuck. Like, the knight can't go back here to e6. So maybe it's check right. If they move their king, I'll take. And if king up, I'll go rook down. Yeah, that might be the best. Because here, they can also just go over. So check. And then they're going to go there or there. And then take. Here, you can go rook here because the pawn guards the rook. Right, so it's not hanging. The knight's not hanging. You're up 2 pawns now. With this being kind of hard to defend. But if they move king over, you have rook back to d3. I'd go knight here if I'm them, honestly. That might be the best move. I have 2 minutes and 2.5 minutes left, though. So, not a guarantee. Let me make sure I keep checking on TikTok. I'm sorry about that. I'm so into the chess, I completely forgot I have to do that. I have to do the puzzle so it does not end the stream. But rook's down here. I feel like they're maybe not even that bad if they can get the d6 pawn back. That doesn't seem that easy to do, though. Like, I have to kind of if they get it back, they're trading the rook off, and then I have two passers. Even if it's a 3-on-2 on that side, like 2 on defend it, I'm sure is faster and easier to do. Like their king would have, my king wouldn't have to support the 2 pawns and a knight. Like their king, I guess they don't have to support on 3-on-2 either. So that's, you can say that either way, I guess. But I don't know. And locker rooms, appreciate these likes on TikTok. I will make sure I'm going, after every game, I'm going back and forth. I was watching a stream with the third stream. He had like 38 subs. He got 1,001 stream. That's insane. Other night, I think I said that too. Knight in. That's what I would play. Now, the thing is here, but I'm guessing they're trying to get knight there. So what if I go knight back? Oh, but now the king is... Ah, I see. You can never really attack. So knight down. Offering the knight trade. I like to do that. If they go here, rook here. The good thing about this position, they have no mate nets. No mate threats. So I feel pretty good about this. There's nothing I have to worry about. And they just, oh, they moved already, they dropped back. They're trying to move quick. They're focused on time right now. Alright. Wait, why did I just go there instantly? I was like in my head, I was like, I'll go here once they go knight in. I don't know why I did that. But, oh well, we made that move. With 6 seconds, a check, rook down initiative. I could have just went rook down, bro. What am I doing? I'm not locked. Okay. Rook here. Okay, a minute 56 to 4. I have to be pretty locked in on conserving time. Check. The king is open. Is there a mate idea? No, I don't think there's a mate idea. Okay. Maybe G3 is a little bit better. But I'm like, if they move their rook over, you can just go up. And then the rook also guards it. I need my king to slide in the game, but I need this pawn to be faster than these pawns. If they ever take, yeah, then here is what I was thinking. Maybe that's too far away. That could be way too far. The knight's guarding this now. If king guards that, I guess it's not that bad, because you always have rook down to, if you drop, oh, they go up though. They know what they're doing. Up. No, I can't do that. Okay, king forward. And I'm 2 squares away. I have a minute 20 left. The knight can't come up. It has to go back. So we can get our king in pretty easily, I think. King G3, King G4. If they slide in, you could go up still. Or they want to trade. Yeah, I'll take... They move in with their rook. Oh. Okay. Okay, I have 57 seconds left. Rook here, and then you just push? Setting this up, so they can't do that. Could they still do that? That might be a trap. Alright, they go down, check. And then king d4. I think this is a win. Oh man, no, I'm too far away. Oh, no way. Oh, I thought I was cooking. I'm too far, and now it's a loss because of time. I thought I had to go attack. Dude, no way. Oh man. Yeah, they're not going to draw it now. Tough. That is sick. That was definitely a win. That was completely one. Just one. Not one mistake. I guess I made that move. They go for the draw. Shout out to them. They could have won the game. That is. Oh my god. I cannot believe I did that. I cannot believe I did that. Let's go on Levi. Levy. He advised one on daily games. The daily. Let me. I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do tomorrow. We can look at that. At a lot of people's games. I got another request too. I'll make sure tomorrow I got you. But yeah, I messed. What am I supposed to do, bro? Oh my god. Rook over. Oh yeah, because here I needed the rook too. I had the right idea. The rest of the game I don't even care. I don't even care. I need to see this end game. This is where it's a draw. The king. I knew the king had to move. The king has to move, right? Yeah, that part's right. It's just where. If you go back, okay, here, it's saying to go back here, and then over, and then what? Rook up. And what if they go down? I can't believe I threw it like that. And then here, then here, then here, then rook here. Yeah. That's tough. That's tough. Alright, let's go to this next game. We gained a point, but that does not feel like that was good. A cellmate if you sack the rook. I think because the king was too far up. I think that's why. Is that necessary, Mahad? That just can't be necessary, bruh. Alright, let's go to this next game. We're at 2160. Alright, we got a draw. That should have been a win. We have 1.5 points we've left on the board today. That first game we lost after winning a rook. And then we draw after definitely playing a winning game. Just not good enough. They go up here to f4. I'm not sure what to do. I know this is not winning. I've learned this is not a good idea. Going knight here looks so good. It's not good at all. Like, it's just not, it's not good. It will never be good, sadly, as much as I want it to be. I've lost doing it enough to know this now. But what I will say, it does look different than usual. Usually, it's before the knight's developed. Now you can go knight g4, and I'm almost going to convince myself to do it. Now I've lost doing this before. I know I have, but I have more time to calculate this time, right? And I'm going to convince myself to do it. We're going to play knight here. I know this is not right, But I need to see for one more time why this is wrong. I'm pretty sure this is wrong, though. And move their queen up. Yeah. By the quickness of their movements, you know this is kind of a sack. But I want to see it. I want to see why this works so well. I would like to see. Is it because of knight here? It might be because of that, honestly. Oh, yeah, it's definitely because of that. But no, what if you go bishop there? Yeah, I guess there's really nothing. Knight in here. Oh, that, yeah, you're just losing this. Oh, but you can trade. No, it's not free. You could trade. You could take this. If they take queen up. I wonder if it works the same. It definitely doesn't work if they go f4 on move 3. But this is different. This is a different move order than I remember. Yeah, they take. Okay. So queen up here to e7. Oh, then the knight slides in. Yes, I'm now remembering why you can't do this. Because the knight. So bishop here instead. Cutting off the mate ideas. Because queen up runs into knight moving in. Which is definitely losing. Take, take. They move in. Like, well, after you go king here, though, like, I'm convincing myself of this one, I'm not going to lie. King d7, qe7, like, knight c6, rook d8, king c8, like, that's not that bad. It's really not. It's not that bad. Maybe the problem is knight to h3, you have to take the knight. Okay, they take. Okay, well, you would have to take with the pawn. You can't take with the bishop or the queen. So this is an easy one. You have to take back this way. If this is the path I want to go down, which it is, you have to take this way. Because the queen moving, you can't go. Maybe you can't take with the queen, honestly. Definitely not the bishop, because that's free. Definitely not the bishop. Yeah, I'll make sure we don't have that on. Wait, no puzzle here. Where is it at? Oops. Where is this at? Okay, no puzzle yet. No puzzle. All right. It's not going to. The stream is not going to end randomly. We took care on d6. I mean, rook f8. Okay, they move their bishop in. To me, that's a sign it's not going the way it needs to go. Because now you can take this, right? And you can still take in the corner. And with one less piece, I don't know. That may have been a mistake. It may have been a mistake. But we'll see in a second if it was or it wasn't. Castling now is beautiful. Because now you control the file. You can maybe set your. I mean, they're going to move. Yes, they're not going to let me. But maybe that would have been an option. Knight here. Queen takes. Queen g5 check. And then queen f4. That could be the idea. You're not going to go there, gives them the open h file. But here, the queen takes. Queen g5 check. They can't take. I mean, they could take, but you take there. And then the idea is to get your queen in here. I guess they could go knight back. But then the same. Then you can just go back. And you're keeping. Oh, what am I talking about? The pawns they're guarding it. Okay, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Let's move our knight. Let's just develop our knight here. Which way? I guess here to go f6 potentially. We're up the exchange, but they got a pawn for it as well. Now it's like, do you go for e5 next? Because we weren't even developed all the way. They move their queen in. Okay, they're attacking this weakness. I have two options. I could go up. Or I could go knight here. I would prefer to go up. Yeah, and then maybe go here. qf6. Oh, no, the knight's in now. Oh, no. That was... Oh, you can go knight here, I guess. If the knight slides in. Yeah, that's not the end of the world. We want to go qf6 if we can on the next turn. And there's no puzzle yet. And then... Oh, I missed Dino's donation. And I don't know if Dino's still here, but thank you. I see it here. You sent some fest gifts. Much appreciated, man. Sorry, I'm focused. I'm locked in on the game, not ignoring. But if the queen slides in, knight here. I guess g6, but the knight can still slide there. Maybe it was knight f6 and not d5. That could be what I'm figuring out. This is setting up a mate. Also, maybe QG5 was the right idea. And yeah, hindsight's 2020 though. I didn't think it. I thought it didn't work. But getting the queen there and just probably just QG6 would have done me wonders in this position. I mean, king over could be the move because if they slide, then up, and then there, and then you could attack. Yeah, I think I like king sliding over in the corner here. They have all the initiative, but if I can just get through the attack, that's a big if, because it's not easy, obviously. But if I can get through the attack, I love the position. Queen up doesn't really work because of knights. This is also checkmate here, which is the problem. So if you sack another pawn, they now have equal material and more initiative. But here, knight in, here, take. I mean, that can't be good. But it's worse to get checkmated, I'll say. That's definitely worse than anything. So I think I'm going to end up going here. Allowing knight in, going queen over. Because I guess it still guards everything. If they take queen, they take queen. But then we can move our rook in. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to sit here forever debating. Like, you can't get checkmated. Like, that's... you can't allow anything but that, I'll say. Like, I lose. Yeah, knight in. Which is really good. Like, I'm not saying it's not good. But queen over. There's no fork because the king's on h8. But this pawn's going to fall if they queen trade. They don't queen trade. After knight b6, I mean, it's not that bad. But they're probably going to queen trade. And then take there. And then just wreak havoc. But I don't know if I saw a different way. Like, I mean, the different way was not going knight g4. The different way was like 20 moves ago. I've already chosen this line. Also, QG5 earlier. Okay, they don't go for it. Okay. I mean, that means we have something. Could you go knight here? I need to get rid of this knight. Because I want to force the queen trade. I'm sure they see I can't do it right now, which is why they made that move. Right now, you cannot. I can bail out if I want to and go to a straight even position. Why do that, I guess, at this point? I've already, I guess, sunken costs. I could just bail out, but I don't think I want to. I think I'm going to just go knight here and try and trade that off. I mean, knight in, though, is really, that's something. I don't know if I want to let that happen. Maybe I'm supposed to do this instead. Take. And then play an equal endgame, but that, I feel like I can keep, like, the knights are good, yeah, but I feel like I can keep this. If I go knight here, okay, knight in, alright. And then a queen over. Oh, but they can't move. I really don't see, yeah, I just want to go knight here. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm just going to keep the, I'm not going to sack. Maybe they're offering it. Maybe I'm supposed to take it, but I don't see it. The knight slides in. I should go queen up, I think. Man, Luca, I promise you can scroll. But the knight's here on e7. We can move queen here to h5 out the way. That could be it. If they take, I guess that's not the worst thing, but you can offer the queen trade there. I think queen here. And then we can go g6 and then move their queen back over. Yeah, I think I want to do this. Queen here to h5. Their knights are strong. Let's see, is there a puzzle yet? No, okay. But the queen's here. They attack. Can you take? I don't see why you can't take, honestly. Because I know they're rook sliding over. But then you have the queen trade. Taking here I don't like as much. Because they'll open h-file. But the g-file you could block. I guess they're both not that good. I'd say they're probably both not that good. Taking here, they just slide the king over. So should I take is the question. Or should I just drop back? But then if they get all the pawns pushing, now that's also kind of an issue. So if you go back here and they push. I guess if you push up they have, but the knights can't move without each other. That might be the thing. If you go queen back here, this knight can't move. Right? This knight can only move somewhere I can trade it. Oh yeah, so it's queen back. It can only go somewhere that I can take it with my knight. Like, it's not free. But queen down here. And I'm going to do that. And then g6, I think. Because they can't go rook f1. Because my king's on h... Yeah, they do go for that. Is this just a mistake, though? If you go up, that's hanging. They take. I mean, I don't know if this is right, but this is what I've calculated so far. So let's just go for it at this point. We want to go up. I just don't see the checkmate. I'm sure they see a mate that I'm not seeing, but I don't see the mate. So we're just going to try and defend with g6. That's weak now after queen at f7. We also have that if we can't take on e7. Let's see. Nothing there yet, but yeah, the queen's there. We're attacking the knight here on f5. If we take, that's free. If they move the knight, this is free. Maybe they just messed up. Maybe they just messed up here. But yeah, we're attacking that knight. We're looking to take here on e7. And we can take there on a2 as well. Okay, they keep the attack going. They just sack the knight. Wow. That is... wow. Well, I'll say, I don't want to leave that. This does not feel good. So, instead I'm probably going to rook here to e8. Or maybe this rook over to e8. The idea behind that would be to get rid of a knight on f5 altogether. That'd be the point of making that move. Because the knight there seems like that'd be an issue. So they have a knight there. They can sit on h6. I need to get rid of both of the knights. And at the expense of a rook, that's fine. We'll be up a knight at the end of it. And it kind of stops their attack. Maybe the other rook could have moved as well. But that's the thought process behind it. I don't want to have them having a knight on h6. Because they'd be on f5. I can't stop them. I don't have a pawn on g7. And that's going to be... it's not mate, but like I can never remove it. Like the knight could have to jump and jump and jump and jump. Like to f7 to finally do that. And that feels like that's too much time. Getting rid of both of these and just being up this knight here. The only thing I'll say, I could have moved the other rook over. I'm not sure if it's better to do this or this. I thought getting f-file control is better because the knight can't move immediately because the queen is attacking on h7 through it. But, I mean, this should be okay. It's not a mate. We'll get both knights, or they have to give me both knights for a rook, unless they just give me the knight for free. So they have to take, I think, if they want to get something for it. Because if they just go over, you could just take. Yeah, so they have to take that, yeah. I can capture. And then knight takes, then queen takes. And now they can't, yeah, here. Okay, this is the endgame that I was aiming to get with this idea. And they finally push forward. Alright. Let's go queen up here. Trying to go here for the queen trade on f4. We can take next turn either way. They're not going to let me queen trade, I'm sure. Like, they wouldn't. That's the whole point of what they're doing. But we also can set up queen to f3 where they have to play defensive. Yeah, that's why I moved the other rook. So this rook could stay here on f8 and the queen could take. Versus vice versa. Where if I move the other rook, I don't have anything on the f-file. And then qf7 is by itself with the rook on a8 instead. That could have been wrong, but that's what I was thinking, at least when I made the move. Yeah, going up, I'm sure they're going to go here, but then you still have this. They have to go back or back. And then you can take it with the queen and not ruin your structure and attack on g5. I think that's the idea. So they might even go for the endgame and take on g6, and I go qf4, and then they take on h7, and then I take, and they just win the pawn there to have g5 extra. Yeah, that's exactly what they go for, because they lose too much the other way, I think is the problem. And then this is not winning, the king can take. I'll have the rook take versus the pawn. That's too much. I guess they have a lot of pawns for this. But this is going to fall on this side. Oh, it's not. Oh, it's not. Uh-oh. That was a little bit of a mistake. I guess I could have just taken then. What can I do? I miss rook over. Up here to h5. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't... oh, you can't go h5, no. I just have to accept that. I messed up there. Oh no, that's the wrong piece. Oh well. If they take, you can just go rook down, and then rook here, and then... Yeah, I definitely did that wrong. But rook here if they take with the pawn. I'm thinking only the rook. Somehow I missed that the pawn can take. But yeah, rook f8. Dang, I messed that up. They take with the rook, though. I also would have taken with the rook, so I cannot blame them there. If they exchange, this is honestly not even a win. They have so many pawns. They probably should take, because they have 6 pawns left. I have a knight and 2. I don't know if I can win that, really. Like, that must be a win or a draw. Either a win for white or a draw. Like, it's no way I can win it. Alright, we're going to move here instantly. Like, take are the next 2. Up, take are the next 2 moves. And then go from there. At least it'll be all on one side of the board. Not that that's necessarily a good thing, but that's the case. Okay, knight in, check. We're trying to get rid of as much as we can. And then they go up, you have knight back. If we can somehow keep one pawn on the board. Okay, take. I mean, this is the only pawn we could keep, possibly. Back. Okay, this is falling now. If I can make sure they don't trade, like, that's not impossible. I mean, that's really hard to do, but it's not impossible. 33 seconds might make it harder. Okay. Oh, that's wrong. Oh, yeah, no, I'm winning now. Yes, and then king here to c5. Yeah, they can never push now. Oh, yeah, that's game. If I can get it to winning, but it is winning. It should be winning. Yeah, they shouldn't have pushed. Before they pushed, it was a draw. Yeah, this is the only thing they can do. But... I need a second to think about this. How do I go about... I don't need the knight there getting in the way. Alright, boom, boom. No! Oh, I didn't have enough time. Oh my god. That should have been a win. Tough. How much time did I have? I guess 4 seconds. Not that much. But that definitely should have been a win there. Another draw. 2 draws, dude. Both should have been wins. That's sick. But yeah, at the end, I was not able to move quick enough. Definitely more time should be allotted to myself at the end game. Like, why do I have 32 seconds here? I don't know. It took me too long to realize I could play. I'll put in an analysis bar, actually. I'll put this in the analysis bar. It makes more sense to show that way. Go to the end game. The middle game was not good. Oh, let's do the opening first, just to show. Oh, you can do. I was right. When they do it this way, you can go in. But if they do it the other way, if it's like this, here, 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 it's like now you can't do this, right? This is where it doesn't make sense. Like trying to set something up. I guess this wouldn't make sense anyways. But you have, oh, maybe here, and then they do this. Now this is where it doesn't work. No, this is the same thing. Huh. Maybe I'm misremembering that. But for the game review, the end game is the most important part, where it did not, man, I can't believe I didn't win that. But let's show what happened. This is winning, and I want to show why it's winning. So here they're actually winning. I mentioned that only white could win, and I'm losing. They mess up in their conversion, so The knight's dropping back, that's free. This is still a draw. Until they play, I'm pretty sure until they play here. Yeah, until they play a4, it's a draw. The reason it's a draw until then is they could just build up their pawn moves a little bit more. But once, brilliant, I'm not sure how many brilliant I've gotten. I'm not sure. But yeah, they mess up with that, and I have a5, and they can't do anything. Because now when they push you take, what I realized, it took me too long to find the idea of just moving my king up. If I find that quicker, I think I have enough time. Like 7 seconds here. I'm still worried about the pawn pushing. I have mate in 6. With the knight, I'm just trying to do it with the queen and the king. And I'm pre-moving it, but I don't want to pre-move the wrong way. Yeah, just too slow. A second left. King down. But yeah, I was like 5 moves away. I don't think I would have done that in 5 moves. That's unfortunate. A good game, a fun game. And then, so tomorrow I'll have tournaments. I can't see your username. I see Elvo. But yeah, tomorrow I have a lot of tournaments if you want to join in. Then today we're just going to do some rated online play, though. But yeah, 2 draws in a row. 2 fun draws, I'll say. 2 fun draws. Let's go to another game. Oh, what time is it? Oh, yeah, another game here. And then probably Blitz after. All right, 2182, 2160. We have on today a loss, 2 wins, and three straight draws, actually. 3 straight. That's a lot in a row. One of them I should have lost, and 2 of them I should have won. So it's almost balanced out. But yeah, that first draw, I definitely should have lost that one. Like, I was winning, then I blundered, and I saved it. And these last 2, I was completely winning. This one on time, that last one just... I guess I was low on time, but also technique was not good. I missed 1 move in that one as well, and it turned out to be a draw. Let's go to this one. We're playing Queen's Gambit declined. I usually don't take. Maybe you're supposed... You don't have to take, but maybe it's... I'm better at that. I'm more used to doing this, though. Knight d7, rook over, getting with the queen, and this is pretty simple to start off to the game. Yeah, just knight here. Oh, they castle queenside. Rook c8 feels like an amazing move now. They're pressing towards the center. Setting up e5. Take, knight takes, rook over. I guess their knight can slide in. That's probably why they're so okay with it. They have this beautiful square. What if I take and go bishop back, though? And then we go rook c8. And then, like, knight here. I haven't castled yet. I mean, I'm going to have to castle soon. Like, at some point. But I don't know if I want to. Like, they have g4 pretty quickly, too. Yeah, rook c8. I mean, knight f6 probably first. Their knight's really strong there. And to have more... Yeah. Not loving that. Let's move our knight. Looking to attack. Take, take. Rook c8 does stop a queenside castle, though. That's the only thing I would say is I can't queenside castle anymore. So I'm just making sure I don't get that puzzle. I keep forgetting that. Or not keep, forgot the stream. The knight's here. We're going to exchange with the bishop. They slide over. Getting off the file. They realize the issue. Queen first. I don't know. Do I want to... I can't castle this side. I don't want to castle this side. I don't want a queenside castle. They've also done that, but maybe it's the most practical thing to do. The problem with queen up, though, is that they could... So if the queen's here, they could push, take, take. You can't take back, or they'll take your queen. So, like, do you go queen here, then? That also doesn't feel that right. Because then the knight's in. I don't know if I love any option that I have to pick between. Because if you rook here, and then like here, like how do you get to the king? Like I'm saying this gets, it's on the file, right? But it's not a clear plan. So probably not a good idea to go with something that I can't see. Even if it seems like it'd be good, that's too much of a guess. Let's just go here in queenside castle. I don't really want to do this, but I think it's the best move. And I'll play what I think is the best move most of the time. Not all the time. Sometimes I go with my gut. But I think this is better than going rook c8. Oh, man, I want to play rook c8 so bad, though. But yeah, let's just castle here. And just go king b8 and go from there. Yeah. Yeah, if their knight moves, you'll take this. Although, this is also... Oh, yeah, this is super weak. Yeah, hold on a second. I can't take that. Never mind. This is weak. We're going to take here in the center. And then take here. And then RD8 if they take with the queen. They have to take with the queen, though. If they take that, you'll take. So, I'm sure they'll take with the rook. And no, I mean, no, I'm sorry. I'm sure they'll take with the queen. And then now rook here's an initiative. The question is that a waste of an initiative? Can you go queen here instead? My issue is, yeah, they do that. I think my issue of going queen here is that if they go queen in, it's too much attack. I want to protect myself first. And if I get an attacking chance after that, that's cool, but I'm not going to risk anything trying to do something that they probably will stop. Like, they are almost 2200 for a reason. I'm sure they'll see that a pawn's hanging, and it's probably better to keep my king safe controlling this d-file. And we still have this pressure that they can't get rid of anytime soon. Now, I could move my queen, which I'm considering doing. I like qc5. I like queen b4, bishop a6. Looking there on c4. c5 I don't love, honestly. I don't think I want to trade. I like my position a little bit more, and trading down I think gives them an advantage, which is funny because they have this, their bishop's better. So maybe I should trade based off that logic. But controlling this file feels so powerful. Feels like such a good thing. I don't know. Is it? I don't know. I don't want to do that, really. I think queen here is where I want to go. This seems like the better move. It does. But this, it's too many attacking chances to give it up. Yeah, I'll live with the result if I lose. I don't think this is the better move, but it's either for them to make a mistake when I play this, I'll say. I think that the better move is c5, if I were to say, but I'm going to go for qb4. Oh, that's a blunder. Yeah, that's just over now. Rook down. That's game. Yeah, I was considering that they go rook over, they might resign here. Because that's mate, yeah. This is funny I did that and they just lose the game instantly. I thought they'd see it, which is why I also gave up a mate in one earlier, so I get it. But I think they'll see this, so I'm not going to do this. I'll do the better move, but the move I make works. The queen's gambit declined. They take the bishop. I just did something very similar in the previous game, if you were here at the start of that one. They go e3, I go c6. Appreciate that. Store. There you go, up here to b6, bishop b7, knight moves. I'm supposed to take this way. I will say, I don't think I would have ever done that. I would have never found that move. Because if they go up, I'm like, if they go up, bishop back, this has to be better for white. This is what I was thinking. So I don't even, like, consider it for that long. Like, 15 seconds, and I'm like, okay, I'll just take this way instead of the other way. Or going bishop back, or going rook c8. Like, I just don't see, I didn't see it. So they move their knight, bishop back here. Queen c7, I do get the logic, because I think the computer realizes there's nothing on the c file, so you should go here, set up the queenside castle quickly. I, however, was stubborn. I wanted to get rook c8 in, and this is actually a mistake. If they bring their knight in, another move I did not see at all. Knight e5 is apparently a good amount better, 0.6 better. It's like 0.58, so 0.6 better for white here. Would have never thought that. Appreciate that. I'm glad that it's helpful. I was asked to a lot, so I'm like, okay, I'll talk through it more a little bit. Because at first I did not explain every move. But their knight's here, or it was there in that line, the computer's suggesting. But they take instead. Take here on f6. I could have taken with the pawn instead, though. I don't know the I really have no idea why that's better to take that way. It doesn't make sense to me. I would assume weakening your structure. This is why the computer's crazy. In King B1, this would never happen in a non-grandmaster game. I refuse to believe. You're supposed to take with the pawn. I'm not going to be mad at that. That's not natural. And I'm still considering kingside castling, which may be a human error. Because why am I considering that? Like, if you castle here, this must be a mistake, right? Yeah, human error. I shouldn't even consider castling there anymore. That's the big issue. But they slide there. Oops. Okay, we're here. They slide their king over. Queen here to d6 is better. I made the wrong move, but I had the right idea of not going rook c8, which is what I wanted to play. Rook c8 was the best move. Not the best move. Was not a good move. And that's the move that I wanted to play. Like, this is my whole idea to go for it, but I couldn't see anything. So I went QE7 in accuracy, but a mature one in my mind. I gave up on my original plan. They move their bishop here to g2. I castle queenside, and I make the right plan, admitting that I can't do what I want to do, really. They moved their knight forward. I'm not sure why they did that. I don't know why they let me trade that off. This bishop's not very good, which is why I did it so quickly in 5 seconds. And I guess I can't let their knight stay there anyways, right? So I guess that's another reason. This is free. For those who don't see that, if you just go up, they could take either way. This is the better way. Can they not take this way? I guess not. Huh? Yeah, they can't take that way. They can take this way, though. And then this is... You wouldn't take back, I believe. This is more losing, yeah. Instead, you'd have to do what? You'd have to take the knight first. But the idea was this is free. So I take, and then rook here. C5 was better, by the way. I think I mentioned C5 a few times. And this is a mistake. This is a mistake. Didn't even consider this, though. I only considered queen here or C5. C5 better than queen there? It is better. I still have the advantage with C5. Here it's back equal, but I took a bit of a risk. It wasn't even because of this, really. Like, I assumed they'd play that. It was like after that, I was like, well, take, and then take. And then I'm like, well, I get this. And then if they don't go rook over, like if they just, I don't know. Could they do, wait, can you even do anything else? I guess you could go up. Oh, it just feels like it's too much activity, was my thought. And apparently after rook, it's hard for them to see that though, because they have to give up a pawn. And this is where the computer's difference than 2100s. We're not going to give up a pawn if we don't see why. Like, we can sacrifice, I'll speak for me. I can sacrifice a piece. If I see the direct continuation, like, okay, well, if I sack this, I'll get a way better piece here. I'll get a completely winning attack. They're not winning. Like, they just dropped the pawn for what? This counter. But how do you tell yourself, you can't convince yourself to do that. I think the reason this works is there's no checks or anything. Yeah, you have to drop 2. Like, they're not going to find that. Like, you can't, it's equal, but it's equal. Like, they're never finding that. I mean, oh, maybe here, and then take, and what if you go king down? And then if they go here, is it bishop here? Yeah, like, this is the line they had to find, man. Like, they're not, like, you can't blame them for not finding that. It's a draw. It's a mistake, but the drawing move is almost impossible for our level, I think. Is that the only drawing move? Yes, only rook d1 draws. Everything else is losing. So that, I mean, what are you going to do? Anything else is -1 or better, which is basically losing. I mean, it's not losing, but it's, you know, pretty good advantage. But that is a mistake. They blunder. I'm not sure the idea of f4, even beyond it being a blunder. Like even if you don't have rook d2, I don't really see how that's winning. Like, if you, I guess, hey, this wouldn't happen. But here, are they trying to break through? Again, disregard that that's possible. Like, this is I would just take it, or I don't have to take it. I could do anything. But yeah, they went f4, and then I go rook down there to d2, and then I get the win. And for those who don't see why this is a win, the queen can't give a check, and it can't get to a dark square, or it can't get to this dark square, unless it could go QE5, but their pawn's there. So say they went here, this is checkmate, right? That's the issue with that. So you have to stop the mate. So they would take. And usually, you'd play on when you're down. You saw earlier I played on when I was down a piece. Because there was some type of chance, right? But there's just no chance. Like, anyone can mess up. But, like, realistically, I'm not going to lose. The queen's just too active. They don't have activity. If they had activity, they probably would have played. But they're like, I'm losing and no activity. Kind of hard for them to... QC5? Wait. What move QC5? QC5. Like here? Or here? If you're still here. My bad. I need to read the chat. When I'm playing the rated games, that's the worst I am with reading the messages. I apologize. Because I'm locked in. I don't really want to look down and see a move while I'm playing. Because I feel like that's cheating. So I need to be better at that while I'm playing rated. But usually I can see it a lot more. What's going on, Crystal? How are you doing today? Yeah, did you mean QC5 on this move or on this? I guess this move or this move. So either rook d8, you're saying QC5 instead, or instead of QB4, QC5. You said, I want... Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, not QC5. I was debating between queen here and then pawn to C5. And I want to go C5 because I think their bishop... Oh, not I think. Their bishop is better than my bishop in this position. Like this is just better. This is controlling... This is doing nothing. Like, so I wanted... This is why I thought C5 was better to trade. And then I think you take with the king. Oh, you take with the queen. I would not have done that. I would have done this instead. Oh, I guess maybe I would have calculated that they have a check. Yeah, maybe I would have done queen instead. Whatever I would have did. This is what I wanted to play. It feels like there are targets I could go after. The rook on d4 in this position would have been more natural to me versus doing it here, where it's saying I didn't consider it here. Had I traded, I would have considered it because I have the pawn on c5. It would have been more obvious, at least to me, even though it's the best in both positions. I didn't see it in this one. So yeah, I just went there instead because I'm like, well, it's not. I knew it wasn't as good as c5. I was like 9. I think I said like I'm pretty sure this is worse, but it's more aggressive, so I went for that. All right, so that's that game. I think, do I want to play another rapid or blitz? We'll do one more rapid game. Why not? Let's see if we can get a win here. Another peak with that win. Everyone's a new peak, so it's not really that impressive anymore, but it is a new peak. 2169. Let's see if we can get a win to push to 2175. That'd be successful. That's a successful day if we can win this next game. I mean, really successful anyways. 2 of those draws. Dude, how? We get the black pieces again. Can I get white, man? We're playing black again, but we got white like 3 straight times. This is a miss going here, and I finally learned the line. No. I learned the line if they don't go knight c3. I'll say if they go knight c3, I'm not exactly sure. Usually they don't do that. They usually take on e5 or castle, which I did learn. I did not learn this. That's why playing rapid is, I knock it from time to time. It's good in moments like these because I haven't seen this before. It'd be perfect. So over the board, I'm not playing a tournament. It's like, oh, I've never seen this before. So I like it for this reason. Now, if I know you can't take. I don't know. Is it knight back? I mean, it's one of those two. I'm saying the 2 obvious moves. You either take this or go knight back to f6. Knight c5 is a move, and if they go d3 or something, like there's some lines you can do that. I don't think this is one. If you capture and they take, if you go d6, they can go knight g5, which I think is losing, so I'm not going to do that. Can you take? There's some way to keep the pawn, because this is a miss. I know that's a miss. There's some way you can keep it that I'm not seeing. I don't see it. Is it d5? No, that's just free. No, that's definitely not it. That's just free. It must be this. It has to be. Oh, is it knight c5 because of knight takes? But if knight takes, you can't go up. So you can't let them take this without d5 being an option. Knight, in a sec, I'm just going to go knight here to f6 if I can't see it in 20 seconds or something. If you take, they'll take. Bishop d6 is nasty. That's nasty. There's no way that's it. Let's see. Take here. Beat it. Yeah, I'm just going to give it back. I don't see it. I'm sure there's a way you can keep that. I'm sure. I don't see it, and I'm not going to blunder trying to keep it. Oh. Well. I don't know if that's right. Now you can keep it. No. I guess here they go knight in. But I'm not convinced that's right. I think now you can go d4. Or here. It might, or d6. All of this seems winning. I'm not sure which one it is though. d5 up. Yeah, okay, d5. Now. And then they go back, then you go up. And then you go here, and then you castle. I think so. I think they had to take it on that turn. I'm pretty sure they had to take it here. Yeah, I don't think they can castle. Although I also am a little confused. Okay, they go back. And now you go up here. Right. Because this is still guarded. And then this is fine. Because now you're going to castle. And if they go... And all they have to... Yeah, they have to move the knight now. That's the problem. They can't push up. If they could push up, it's really not that bad. But the knight has to move, which is the issue. If the knight didn't have to move, they go in. Well, why not kick it out again, I guess? I see no reason not to. We're attacking the knight. Now, do you take it when it's on h3 is the question. Oh, they sack. Wow. Oh, my God. I don't love playing against sacrifices. don't love it. I don't know. Am I supposed to take that? I mean, they're queen sliding here. That doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel right. But what do you do instead? I mean, knight moving to d7? I mean, that's quite the sack. I'll give them that. That's quite the sacrifice. And it did its job. I'm completely thrown off with knight xf7. I completely thought they're going knight to h3. No idea that was their plan. So if the knight takes, I think I don't love it at all. Knight. The problem is they have to take in. Yeah, I don't know. There are too many issues with this. I mean, c5. I guess. I don't love that still, though. But that might be the best thing. Because c5 if they take, he'll take. If they go queen, h5, and g6, and then you just go king g7, I don't know. I don't really see a way out of this. This is the best thing I have in my head, at least. Because you can't take the knight. That's the one thing I am kind of sure about, is you can't take the knight. Other than that, I don't get the differences. Do I have a puzzle yet? No. I will not miss this puzzle this time. But yeah, after... Man. Okay, they take the knight, which is kind of what I expected. And then queen check. Again, what we're expecting. And then they're going to take their check after g6. Alright, this is all what we kind of expected them to do. It's after here, after this, and this, where I'm not really sure how to go forward. Yeah. And then here. And then I guess they have to go queen back. So I guess we know, yeah, we know that, at least. We know that. It's here where it's like, okay, where do you go now? Like, what's the follow-up? Okay, we're up a piece. That's, for some reason, worth something. It doesn't feel like it right now, I'll tell you that much. But it is worth something. I'm up material. Rook over feels like the best thing to contest the file feels like the best thing. This is free. I'm willing to give that up. I know they have 2 pawns already, but I don't know how. It's like, how else do you guard that? Like, you have to give something up. They have this, and you want to set up bishop there, or I really don't know. Knight. I'm so confused. Knight here, and then here. That's nasty. Like, that can't work either. Yeah, I may just have to drop this pawn as well, and then see what I can do. I don't have another plan. I know that's not the best move. I'm sure this is a mistake, but I have 4 minutes left. I have to make some decision. And this, at least I know what I'm getting into for the most part. Oh, no, that's a... Oh, okay. It's kind of a blunder because of Q captures b7 winning the rook. The problem is if they take, they have... Yeah, there's checkmate at the end, which is why they can't take immediately. Okay, that's at least one thing that is taken care of. Now we can go queen here. And now we can start hoping for things. Because with queen here guarding, now you can play knight c6. And you control the file. Now there's a few things that have gone our way these last couple of moves. The only thing is, if you move this way up, and then knight move, they have bishop in. So I like queen here instead. Maybe offering the queen exchange. Oh, I want to go there, honestly, but they can go in, which is the issue. Knight up, take. No, that's too many pawns that have been lost. Who knows, man. I have to make a move. Alright, I'm going to go for this. Queen here and set up queen there. If I can get my knight in... Okay, they go there, which is kind of expected. The problem with queen here is queen in, and that's also a... Yeah, you can't do that. I can't. Yeah, I can't do that. That's losing. We're just going to have to give this up. That has to be losing. There's no way that's not losing if you do it that way. Because queen over without the proper like setup to defend it has to be horrible. I mean, it would have to be horrible. Maybe knight in and then bishop in, and we just finally go for everything. All right, attacking the queen. I know that's free there, but this seems more important. Alright, capture here. They can't slide over. So here and then back. I mean, this is... I'm not going to stop that. I can't really stop that. I've given that up in my head a while ago. That I'm not going to guard. Yeah, it's no way. Now, could I? No, let's not. Let's just do this. Take and go to this endgame after Kiwi 7. Like I said, they got a lot of pawns for it, which is why it's like, well, did I really do okay? But I don't know what else I could have done. I would love to see what the computer says. I'm sure the computer has a lot to say. But I'd rather play black, though. Like, 3 pawns for a bishop, in theory, it sounds like it's equal. But if this many pieces left, like, if it's an endgame and they have 3 pawns, I just have a bishop, yeah. Like, there's really no point in having the bishop. But for this and this here, I'd rather have it. A quick little trap. You can't really take there, because then the rook gets in to b7. So I'm sure they saw that. Yeah, I'm sure they saw that. They've shown an infinity for traps there. Oh, the same trap is... No, not really. I'll say take. They could go queen down. Not really. They can't really do that. I also could just take with the bishop, and that also solved the issue. Okay, let's just take here. We get 1 pawn. And then his bishop f6 back. And if we trade, we have a rook on b8. They still can't go rook e1 at all. So... They're really tricky. I see everything they're trying to do. The ideas are almost like that. I'm one step away from like blundering. Like they are making some pretty fun ideas, some pretty fun moves. The idea is that's hanging. The counterattack I have to give my respect. I see them though, so I'm feeling good that I see them. But like for how long? If they keep doing that, maybe at some point it becomes an issue. And no puzzles still. Alright, but we went bishop back. Their queen slides in. Like I said, I was kind of expecting that, to be honest. Take. And now... There's almost an idea to... Oh, could I go here? And then I'm setting that up, and if they push, it's still checkmate. Okay, well, they see it. So I can't do that. Rook over. Let's exchange. And then we can just play defense for a little bit. And they don't trade rooks. I think you have to, though. I think you have to trade rooks. Rook down. They can't go there. And it wouldn't work anyways. Take... Yeah, take. Check. Dude, somehow that's not checkmate. That's kind of crazy. How is that not me? Guess you can't go back up, huh? There's no way that's not something. There's no check. There's no check again. They have queen down. So here, check. Did I mess up? Could you go up instead? Up here, check here. Up. Wow, I might have blundered that. There's no way. There's no way. Queen down, check. Okay, no, I don't think I blundered it. Here, here. No, I think I did. I may have blundered that. Oh well, dang, that's crazy. I did not think that was a mistake. Apparently it is, though. That is crazy, dude. Yeah, that's a blunder. Wow. GG. I did not see that at all. How did they find? I just thought that was winning, and it's not winning at all. They go down. The king's just too weak. Man. Here and then mate. QG7. There must have been a way to win that. I'm sure if I just defend for a second and then do that, it's a win. Yeah, I just have a blunder. Yeah, QG5. You can't play QG5. You just have to go QE8. What's the difference? I didn't even see QE8. And now they go here. Alright. Well, let's go through the rest of the game. Let's see. We played the Petrov. You are supposed to take on C3. I just don't know what to play after that. Like, what do you do? Oh, F6. Yes, then it's F6. And then it's here. And then it's QE7, right? Yes, I have looked at this before. Okay. I forgot it during the game, though. We went up there, and we keep the pawn, and we're winning. We're completely winning. And we convert good, too. Like, I'm making all the right decisions converting. It's literally just that one move. They tricked me up. I can check first, apparently. They go over. I didn't think that worked. Maybe kick them out first. Yeah, that's why it works. But yeah, and I just blunder. And completely flips one move. A couple times today, one move have flipped it like that. That is unfortunate. We're right there. I feel a breakthrough. I threw 3 games. Like, I got half a point out of 3 games where I was completely winning. Which, obviously, not that those aren't losses, but I feel good that I'm doing good. And it's really just, can I convert? And that, I got to get better at converting, clearly. But that's a good problem to have, I'd say, versus not being able to get the position in the first place. I can fix that, I think. But yeah, just QG5 is the problem. If I don't play that, it's just a win. Alright, so that'll probably be it for the Rapid. We can do some blitz games to go out to finish this out. We end at 11 points higher, almost at 2170. I was right. I feel like that's not that impossible. 2200 doesn't feel that far away. After the games today, I was really... What's going on, Southern? How you doing? And what is your question, if you're still here? What is your question? Let's go bishop here to f4, e3, and then bishop d3. I just saw that message. That was there for a while. I have bad peripheral vision. But up here to c3, looking to exchange. Queen's going to slide. A faster, more up-pace game, upbeat game. The knight's in here, looking to exchange on e4. Let's see, is that what happens? We're up on time, so I need to start off the game. But our knight's here looking for this trade. I need this trade. I need this trade. And they move their queen in. Okay. I haven't seen this too often. Honestly, I haven't seen this too often. I've been here a lot, and when Twitch has a lot of viewers, I can help with modding. Yeah. I mean, I don't... Yeah, I could have taken on the C file, the C pawn there. Yeah, that's cool. We can take here. Oh my god, that was completely free. I just missed it here on C7. Alright, the knight goes forward here. I can't believe there's no way I just missed that. The knight here, then maybe here. Setting up the pin idea. There, capture, take, attacking. It's not what I thought they were going to do. They're going to move their rook over. Alright, I have to go back now. Now, can we go up here to f3? And then the pin. I'm sure they see the pin, though. That's kind of the problem with this idea, is they see the pin. I got my count to 1400 from... Oh, good work, good work. Plus 200 a day. And yeah, Southern, I'm definitely cool with that. I don't remember how to do it, but I'm down to do it. The bishop can take here on d6, I guess. Could be the idea. Take. I mean, this doesn't work, but whatever. They're going to take there. They're not going to give up the pin. And they take back here. Alright, we can push here to e4. Oh, they don't take that way. Alright, I'm going to castle queen side. And now we're doing okay on time. King over and then queen here to b5. I'm still not getting that puzzle. I'm still not getting the puzzle. They move their bishop, queen over here. We have to move quicker as this 3+0 versus it being, what is it, 10-0? Queen drops back on this diagonal. They're really loading up here. I honestly don't have a plan. I don't have a plan. They're setting that up. I don't really have a response. Honestly, we're going to move our rook over here on the e-file. We'll have the rook take. I guess. I don't love this. I guess you go queen down. Oh, this is free. That's the problem. It's not that it's just free. Yeah. I'm looking at it the wrong way. I'm like, oh, we can just do this, get out the way. And we're dropping material here. And it feels like a lot of it, honestly. Yeah, let's go knight here. And then rook here after rook e2. Yeah, this is the end game. I knew we were going to go to the end game. I couldn't really help that. I didn't want to lose that pawn as well. That felt like that'd be a mistake. Alright, we're on the light squares. If we can stay on light squares, it's not that bad. And it is doubled, so for all purposes, they don't have an extra pawn. And now if they push, I might actually be winning if they push. Which is the funny thing. They're not going to, though. But I'm going to keep the knight. Hold on, I may be winning. I may be winning, despite them being up material, which is so not fair for them. But the knight is that type of piece. Alright, let's rotate here. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, they can't get there in time. They have to go up to ruin my structure at least. Yeah. But I don't think this is winning for them. Okay, now we look at this square. If we can get our knight here, we feel good, right? And then knight jumps, and then knight here. Yeah, it's just too big of a difference in the end game here. Capture, another passer. Pawn up here. Pawn up here. Up. And we get the win in that game. I will take that one. That's a nice win. The first blitz win. Maybe the goal is, can we get to 2100? The end game I didn't explain too much. We can go over that real quick before we go to this next part. I want to explain what happened. I think I explained the opening. But when the time got low, it was hard to explain it too much. But the problem here in this position, I don't think they're supposed to trade rooks. That's probably it. Yeah. The problem, right, is that my knight can go anywhere. The extra pawn they have is irrelevant. They're doubled here on this d-file, so they can't do much. The knight's rotating. I'm rotating. Now the knight can rotate again. Take. And I'm pushing, and I'm pushing. And they can't take here because you have b7. The idea, they can't get close enough. You're going to queen that way, so they see that. They go backwards, and now I win in the center. This knight's guarding this. So this is free, check, and guarding the knight is just better than the bishop in that type of position. And I am able to get the win. I sack everything, and a queen is all I need to win it. They run out of time before we even need to get there. That is a pretty fun game. Pretty fun game. Let's go to this next one. Let's see. We are 36 away from 2100 on all three on this account. Actually, I don't even have 2100 on the other account. So That is kind of, that would be kind of impressive for me, as my main account is not 2100 Blitz currently. I lost some I lost some games, or I lost it. Let's go up and knight here. Just get rid of the bishop feels like a pretty natural idea. And we can go bishop d3 after, right? We have the light square bishop now. And now like c3. And now it's a London system, which I play a lot of. They move their bishop. I guess take. And then knight here to f3. They push, take, and they go, b5 now. I was too slow on the king side. Only thing I'll say, the rook's not defended yet. So, let's try that. Oh, the queen. I should have went queen here first. Now this is bad. Now it's not favorable. Oh, that's a mistake. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm thinking the knight's there. That's bad. Bad chess. Bad chess. All right. We have now 2 minutes left to turn this game around. So queen over. Let's first attack both of these and try and undo our wrongs. Knight up. Oh, the queen's guarding. Perfect. 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 Let's go knight here now. Trying to kick the queen out, but then we're getting rid of the attacker. So you win some, you lose some with that idea. All right, they're trying to break the center. Well, let's attack the queen. That seems more important than anything else. And this is free now. Okay, we've won the pawn back. We've won the pawn back. Despite that disastrous combination. But they can even win it back again, it feels like. I guess you could go up here to b3. That's guarded. And now castle. This is weak. You could even queenside. I'm not sure which is better, to queenside castle or kingside. Yeah, they're bringing the attack. I'm thinking it's better to castle this way, honestly. Because this way, well, the thing is this square is so weak. Yeah, they're both, it's just bad. I think it's just a bad position. Yeah, but if you castle this way, they can go their knight here now. Yeah, you may have to castle this side. Which is also, this is not good, but this might be better than dropping the pawn. And then knight b6, I'll show that after the game. That's a very cool idea they could have tried. I'm not getting the puzzle. I'm not getting the puzzle. Still. Okay, maybe they're not going to put it here. But we're up on time, about 20 seconds. That may be enough to sway the game. That's a pretty big time advantage here. Knight in. Like I mentioned, I kind of expected that. Is it take? Allowing this. I don't love being pinned, really. Let's move my king out the way here of the c file. And over, rook here instantly. Or rook up, honestly. Because I don't want this to be unguarded either. And that's why this rook to e1. Okay. Is this good? No. But it isn't horrible. It's not horrible. And we're up on time, and that's been hanging for like 10 moves, and I've just realized it. I think I could have done that last move, but I miss it. Their knight's trying to slide. Like, do I take that, though? Like, it feels like they get knight in, that's better than that. So let's go here, stopping. I'm just playing defense right now, and now let's take. So you win something. Here on a5, the rook jumps forward. They thought they were ready for it. Knight in now. That would have been the idea. Push. Take. Push. I mean, let's just, why not? Let's go for it. Rook over. We're looking to guard that knight down here. And then here, if they take, we get the queen, they have to sack it. And then here, beautiful. Look at that, look at that. Knight's gonna slide. They can't stop the promotion now. It's too quick. It's too fast. We have too many pieces there. And we should get the win on this game with the knight going to b6. Because you're attacking the rook in the corner. And they dropped the rook even. They dropped the rook. Oh, check is bad. I could have went there instantly. That would have made more sense. Here's there a fork? Oh, they set up another idea. The knight's going to slide now. Okay. Okay, rook over now, but then the king can slide. No, they don't go for it. Okay. And the point of the rook is simply to cut the king off. I have 7 seconds left. They have 0.2, 0.2, 0.4, and we get the win. A nice win number 2. I appreciate that, Southern. A nice one number 2. Let's go to this next one. We are a couple games away from 2100, but we must stay locked in. We've been here before, and we've lost. I lost like 9 straight or something like that. So we know we take in the center. Okay, let's go here to d5 to guard that. We'll have the knight retreat. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. Oh, well, we get some free points. Part of online chess, sadly, is mouse accuracy. They might get to 2100 with this game. I don't want to let them get 2100 on me. So we're going to go bishop e2. I know that's a horrible mouse slip. That's a bad way to go. I know the pain. I've had more than a few of those myself. I know, Star. That was crazy, bro. That has got to be heartbreaking. Gotta be heartbreaking. Bishop here. Yeah, they flipped what they were doing. Yeah. There's no real plan here. There's no real plan. Knight up. Maybe they mess up queen over, but I doubt that for some reason. Yeah, they don't play that. I think a 2100 probably will see that idea. We offer the knight exchange. They want to get their knight on a very nice square. I don't know if I want to trade. Well, I don't want to deal with that, though. They're nice on a nice square themselves, so that's why I give it up. We attack their queen. We can go back here. QB5 after QB3 is a nice maneuver. So QB3, setting that up. I mean, it's not winning, but just to exchange to an endgame. They slide their rook over. I would like that endgame. I don't know if they'll do it. I don't know why they did that. I don't know why. If they saw me go for it, I usually just don't go for what my opponent tries to get. That's my personal rule. Alright. But now here, and it's like, well, this is free at the end of the day. Maybe the problem is they could go rook over, but you could take with the rook first. Alright, this knight's hanging. Can't drop that. And honestly, I kind of want to go there anyways. So that's a type of move you don't want to make when they want to get. I wanted my knight here. Like, their knight going in now is kind of useless. Like, previously in the game, that would have been a, oh, they can't get their knight there. But now, because the attack's on this side, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I want my knight in the game. Taking here, they're looking to take that. I mean, you can't really stop them. They're going to get a pawn. And we go from here. We're just +1. The bishop can go in. So knight back and then knight up. So bishop c1's met with knight d3. And you can go knight d3 anyways. Now I can move the king. I don't have to go knight d3. It can be a reactive move. Now I'll get my king involved. Sure. And then they go up. I go here. Cutting off the bishop from wrapping around. And then back. Attacking. And now knight d3. They're up a decent amount of time. This is also an idea, that fork. They probably see that. So they're going to have to let knight here check go. Yeah, they do see that check. And we can slowly move our pieces forward. Because we have a uncontested pawn here, right? Alright. Slowly moving in. And then slowly creep in. And then take. This is not hanging. Take with the king? Huh. I don't know what's better. Maybe the pawn was better for it to move as a unit. And now king up. "42 seconds are left. I may have made a slight... Can you check? Take. Take, no. That doesn't make any sense. Knight back? Is their bishop trapped? With knight back here. I guess they can go bishop here. Oh, they go the wrong way. Now king in. But their king slides in. That's the issue, right? Wow. Somehow, this is not a win anymore. It was a win. At 22 seconds, though, I just kind of got to go. I've been trying to make this an actual win. Because it should be. It should be. And I did not. I messed up somewhere. Check. And I mess up, finally. Yeah, I gave all that time. I didn't even get a winning advantage. If I want to do that, I have to get a winning advantage. That's a waste of time, simply. I don't know why I did that. Bad choice. That's free now, too. 11 seconds to 28. Another, yeah, that's game. That's crazy. I could have won that one. Oh, they mess up. Slightly. I can get the draw still. Okay, we still get the draw. Hey, I'll live with that. I could have lost that game after I threw the in. And we don't gain anything. We don't lose anything. That is the better thing. We don't lose anything after that game, which is not the best game at all. That is unfortunate. All right. We get white again. We get a second chance. 21-59. This is a huge win. Get to 20-90 if we can take them down. I mean, I can't ask for a better chance than this. It's 10 points here on the platter if we can convert. Up. Knight. We're going to castle here and go queen here. C2. I find that people go rook C8 a lot. Even at my level, they just don't think about it the way you would think they think about it. Not obviously, this is not the same person. But yeah, they do it. It works so often. I don't know why. I cannot explain why it happens so often that people play rook c8. That could not have gone better. At the exact time I said it. Check here first and then drop back. I don't know why it works. It happens so often that I go QE2. Appreciate the follow and appreciate the compliment there. Lightning bolt or thunderbolt, whatever you would say. It works so often, dude. You can take on a6 after the queen slides. They move their bishop. I mean, not their bishop, their knight. I said bishop because I'm thinking of my bishop moving, which is what I was going to do. I'm going to go here. Out the way of the attack. And then probably knight in. The castle. Now about exchanging. Knight here. Knight there. Don't love that. Don't love that. I don't love the position after I've won the pawn. Like, I won the material. And yes, I did a good job in that. I don't know if I like what's happening right now. Rook over. I just want their rook off on a worse file, is my thought. Rook a8, I just retreat all the way back. Like, I don't have a plan there. I just think on a8 is worse than the rook on c8. That could have been wrong, though. Not saying that's right. That's what I'm thinking, at least. Maybe reroute the knight now. Please, please, please. We need this win. A trade of knights. I would be down with that. They might... Oh, wait. Is my queen on... Oh, it's my queen's here. They can give a fork now. They do go for the trade. I'm still attacking this. And they finally have to get rid of it. But this is going to be weak now. I'm wondering, can you sack, take, no, there's not an idea there. Yeah, that is weak though, but there's no sack that works for sure. They attack the knight. If the knight moves, I guess the rook's also guarding that. They are with their initiatives clearly right now. Do they see it, and they just are doing this first before they guard it, or do they not see the free pawn there? They don't see it. Okay, we're gonna take this, setting this up, and there's no discovered check, which would make this okay. Oh, okay, that's game. Yeah, take there on g6. This is a pin as well. You can't even guard the knight, which is the other issue. I'd even give my rook up for this. I don't want this knight on the board. The knight I found the most troublesome piece to deal with in end games that you're winning. That's a win. We get the 10 points we were saying that we needed to be at 2090, and they resign. We can review that real quick, but I think that it just really was a blunder. Yeah, I had 87%. Not like I played perfect or anything. Yeah, I don't know why this works so often. It just does. People play rook c8 even when I go QE2 at 2100. I don't know how, but it happens. This is more than like the second time. That's why I did it. I know, very close, 10 points away. Appreciate those likes there on TikTok. Closing in on 1.5 thousand. And still no puzzle. Of course it puzzled earlier. Alright, playing Everyone Can Chess. Love the username. I need 10 points. We need a win here and a win after. So we just need to get a little win streak. Not impossible. Man, I wanted to go knight there in the center. I did want to go knight there, yes. I may be a little slow on the draw for that one. Bishop here. Uh-oh. That's a freebie in the center. Do I take this way? Probably this way. That's free. Wait. If you take this, could they go up? So do I take here then? And then they go over, and then take, and then here. And then just like g6, and then castle queenside. And then queen up. And we just go in the end game up 2 pawns. After queen here. Yeah, we're not going to castle kingside. Oh, that's a free queen. That's a free queen. We get the win. Hold on. 1 win away from 2100 on this account. That'll be 2100 across all 3 time controls. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. Let's see if we can do it. We get the black pieces again. Okay. Honestly, I'm trying to learn the 4 knights, but since I'm so close to it, I'm not I'm going to play what I usually play, which is worse, but I know how to play it. Like, I can play the d6 variation. You see, I'm not thinking about it. If you're here, I haven't played the 4 knights today. I haven't got the chance, but if you're usually here, you know that I take way longer when I'm playing knight there first, because I don't know how to play it, but I know how to play this. Whether it's good or not, who knows? Or it's not good. It's not as good, but I know how to play it at least. But their knight's going to drop back. 3 free queens is crazy. I don't know how that happened. The variance, I will say, the variance has bounced back in my favor. I promise. It feels like people do not blunder at all when I'm playing off stream, especially in Bullet. It's about time I get some variance luck. That's not really luck, but some variance going my way. The queen's going to slide here. Alright, the knight's in, knight back. Knight here. I love the attack. I love the open F file. Even if it's not winning, who wants to play against this? Like, you go rook F7, rook AF8, and then boom. It feels like it's really fun to play. And they drop back because they don't like it so much. They go knight F1. That should show you how much they don't like the position. They go knight F1. Well, knight's going to go here. Ooh. Is that right? I feel like there's a mistake here somewhere. Is it up or rook up? I would guess it's up between the two. Because you could sack and then go here, I guess. And they're not even going to let me figure it out. Yeah, he said no. We're just going to get rid of this. And fair enough. I also would have done that. I would have done the same thing. This also feels like a problem. They probably want to go knight here. Oh, they can go knight there. That's a free knight. So they're going to go... They might go h4 then. I don't know. This is probably just winning, actually. No move I'm thinking of. Like, every move has a drawback. And I move the other. That's the best move. I didn't see that. That is the best move. But that still is like... Okay, but then here. And then you have to guard that. The time is even back out as well. And then bishop here. Oh, I get it. This is hanging. Ah, that is hanging. Which is the problem. Here, queen could just take. Very nice. I missed that. So can you take here? No, here. Take. I'm just gonna. Hopefully that works. I spent 35 seconds and I saw that on the first move. I'm gonna give the pawn up to go for the counterattack. I'm not sure if it works, but this h5 pawn and this f2 pawn can't be worth the same. Like, they can't be worth the same amount of points. Okay. Capture. That's my guess, is this is a little bit better. Oh, knight moves. Didn't even consider it. Wow. What a move. If we take here, though, and then go g6, is the knight trapped? The knight can't go. I get 2 pieces for it. I mean, that's nice. I'm down 30 seconds. That's probably... And they can't even get a pawn for it. But they have... Okay, take... Okay, we have a bishop and 4. I'm low on time, though. That's the problem. I'm too low. Okay, and then d3. That's game. They went too far away. The king's too far. There. Yeah, they're too far now. I can win this in 8 seconds. They're too far. They can't stalemate me either. Queen. Oh, that's the craziest stalemate ever. Oh my god. That's stalemate, dude. They saved it. No, they saved it. It's stalemate. Oh my god. I have to show that. You can't take the rook. Dude, how did they find that move? I have no idea how they found that. I can't even be mad, bro. Look at this idea. I have 2 brilliancies in this. But dude, if you take the rook, you can't take it. It's stalemate. Hey, is this not stalemate? Yeah, this is stalemate. Dude, how did he find that? How is that possible? That he saw that with 10 seconds left. You can't take it. You can't take it. Ah. No way. It took me 4 seconds to realize it. And then... Oh my god. What a loss. That's a brutal loss. I had 2 brilliance. How's it stalemate? Let's show real quick. That's a brutal loss, man. Tough. Let's show it, though. The problem is if I take, which it took me too long to realize, if you take this, the king can't move anywhere. You're guarding every square. So it's no way that I could... It just end. That's the problem. It just end there. Tough. Tough, tough, tough. Well, I have time for like 2 more games. So hopefully we can get in these next 2. That'd be awesome. That is... How did he find that? How did you find that with such little time? I had 2 brilliancies. I was cooking. 2 brilliants. A bishop versus rook endgame. I calculated it's enough. And I just couldn't. That's what a move from them. Shout out to them. Black again, though, I'll say. Black again. Alright, let's move. They're going F4. I don't have to castle this way either. They're assuming I'm castling this way, I guess. I'm not going to castle this way. Take. Oof. That feels like no. That can't be good. Take. Here attacking. Taking the knight back. That's free. That's the problem. So here, but then queen in. Huh. I didn't consider that as that big of an issue, but that is an issue. I didn't consider that. But that is a problem. They slide their queen over. Alright, let's kick their knight out. Actually, I think this traps their knight. The knight can't go anywhere. It can't go back. Yeah, that's a free knight now. Okay, we have... What's going on, Southern? And then, yeah, sorry about that. I can't... 3 is the minimum I can have without them having previews. And that is what I try to avoid. I don't think I'm that type of guy where people are going to watch through the previews. Take, and then take. Okay. We're up a pawn here in the center. No, up a piece here in the middle of the game. Not sure why I said the other thing, because that's not what's happening. We're going to go rook over. The queen's guarding it. And now rook down. Yeah, this is completely winning, I think. The queen can't go anywhere but back, really. I mean, if you go here, you can trade. The queen has to trade. That's the thing. The queen has to get traded. They realize it. Rook down, check. They have to go back. And they... Oh, I thought the rook was free. Well, I still take it. Check in the center. This should still be a winning endgame. Is there up a minor piece? Take, check. And then go back here. Oh, that's a mistake. Check, and then bishop here. You're winning. Is this checkmate? Oh, hold on. This is bait. This is bait. They can't go. They have. Oh, they can go up. But then you win the bishop. Okay, you win the bishop. I thought that was mate for a second. That would be crazy. All right, take there. I'm up a good amount. Oh, well, here to get out. Capture. And then up here to b4, we'll be up 2 minor pieces. Let's just retreat the bishop back. And then we can go knight here. Looking at that there. Okay. Fork and then capture. They just don't have enough. 2 extra pieces is a lot of extra. That's free. Bishop's going to move here. We want to trade this knight off and then make it super simple to convert. But the knight's going to take here. That's free. And everything is guarded. Check. I want to get this knight gone with the bishop here. Capture. And as you can imagine, just too many pieces. I'm surprised I haven't resigned yet. I'm looking for a stalemate because I have so much remaining. And we get the win. Okay, okay. One more game. One more game. Let's see who we play here. For 2100, a 2200. Well, that's fun. But this is where I want to be at anyway. So this is where we're playing for the rank up game. Let's see. All right, let's go up here to h3. They're moving quick here in this 3-0. All right, let's go up. They're looking to push bishop back. What's going on, Soggy? Take here. Knight's going to move in the rook here to e1. And then a4. They could push d5. Okay, move their bishop in. All right, let's take. And here. And then queen here. Why did I do that? I could have went the other way. Yeah, the other way makes way more sense. We want to reroute this way. I can also go a5 so the knight can't go there. And now the knight goes there. Alright, I definitely mismanaged that. Oh well. If they take, cool. If not, we'll go bishop a2. They move their knight in. Okay, they want to have this double setup. Is there any way? Take. How they've maintained a time advantage this entire time. They're moving fast. This is why they're 2200. They're not moving slow at all. There's no move. They're thinking too long gone. Good time management. I'm now up. But yeah, it's feeling like they have better time management than I do. I'm gonna take that for free. They may have seen that though, so it's not some huge deal. But we do have an extra pawn. You'd rather have it than not, and then end up having to lose it. I'd rather be up the pawn in the first place. We can drop back there to h2. But the time's being spent. They did not see it. They're spending time here. They're down 1 point of material here. And they move their bishop. Let's take, so there's not a target. And then we can retreat back here. Okay, I mean, clearly they didn't see that based off the way they reacted. So we do have a slight advantage. We're going to bring our rook up. And man, how do you... I guess you kind of just have to take that. Like, there's no other way to do that. Here, take, and I can't spend too much time on it. That's the other thing. So this is just, today I'm just doing rated, but tomorrow we'll have viewer tournaments for hours. It is only viewers that are joining in that. Start off at 3+0, then as viewer voted on after. And I appreciate those likes there on TikTok. Are they quitting? Are they quitting? No, they're not quitting. Okay. But they're down 40 seconds. I imagine I can hold on at least for time purposes. Take. Like, I don't see how else you could do it but take. Like, it's just, you have to take that. And then rook. Oh, no, that's a blunder. Bishop here. That'd have lost me the game if I moved my rook over. Good thing I stopped for a second and thought about it. Yeah, that would have been heartbreaking. Right there, and I throw at the end. That would be on brand, though. We can move our queen here. I don't know if I love that, though. Queen here, I like a little bit more. You're attacking this, now you're keeping them honest. And now bishop d2. Yeah, they're clearly setting this up as an idea. I'll play this queen endgame, because I'd have to blunder to lose. I'm at least winning. I'm at least, like, not losing it. Like, I don't know if it's a win, but I'm up on time as well. Taking everything into account, yeah, you take with check. This is a win now. Oh, queen trade. Yes, that's game. That's game. Let's go. They have to trade, and you have 2 extra pawns in the center. That's 2100. Come on, come on, come on. QF1 with the king up there. They might resign. They resigned. That's game. That's game. And that's 2100 here on... This is the highest blitz between both of my accounts. I feel pretty good about that. That's a fun way to end the stream. We'll end on a high note. I'll be on tomorrow. We'll be on for hours. And then Lamida. Tomorrow we have viewer tournaments for a while if you want to join in then. And before you guys go, if you want to support me, I'm PJ's Chess on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. YouTube, definitely, please check that out. I'm also at 1,000 subscribers. I can start getting a little bit of money, and that'd be nice on YouTube, on the YouTube end. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. And PJ Chess 993 on Twitch. Some cool emotes there if you follow. That's free. Hope you guys have a good night. If you're watching on Twitch and YouTube, I'll catch you guys later first. You guys have a good one. And then, actually, no. I'm gonna raid on Twitch. So for TikTok, thank you guys for tuning in. Glad you got. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to follow and subscribe if you're gonna want to support. Please, please, please. But have a good night, guys. And then for YouTube and Twitch, if you guys are cool, I'm gonna raid because I've been raided a lot, and I was thinking about it. I've not raided back nearly enough, so I want to at least give back. I've been helped a lot in this, so let me find Rob, my boy Rob. Okay, this is easy then. Rob Master Chess / raid, and then Rob Master 09. Rob Master 09. Okay, chat. Okay, use the raid. Alright. I'll catch you guys